All right, I think we are good to go. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Ladies and gentlemen. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your boy Jed Sports, aka Coach Jarek, in the building. We are back once again to talk about my fan reaction, or pretty much I would say our fan reaction. There's a lot of stuff we got to try to go over, guys. The combine, way too compact today with the combine. Of course, we had a couple of Alabama football players perform at the NFL Combine, so we're going to talk about that. We're going to recap just real quick what happened yesterday. We're going to talk about how, we're going to talk about pretty much the golden age, the golden generation of edge rushers was wasted. We're going to talk about that in a second. But before we begin, of course, we got to look at the chat. Of course, give ourselves our bearings, give ourselves our welcomes. I see Rodney Tuberville in the building, Clinton Howard, Patriot Life in the building, Row Todd. What is going on to all you people? Let's see if we can get a little bit more acclimated, get more people in before we kind of get into the topics. But what is going on with y'all? What's going on with y'all? What's going on? Alabama men's basketball not that long ago had some key victories. The women's is doing pretty good. Tank in the building. I see Janet. Queen Janet in the building. Queen Cleopatra Janet in the building. Who else we got? I see Kimberly. Kimberly's in the building. Going a little bit up. I see Linda a little bit earlier. This was during the pregame hype. What is going on, guys? What is happening? Roll Tide. Hopefully, you guys are having a great evening, especially because it's a Friday night. Stay safe. Stay safe. We got Fridays going on, so definitely stay safe. But let's hop straight into this thing real quick, guys. Oh, Brody. Of course, we got to get Brody. Marvin Waffle House in the building. What is going on? So, first thing we got to talk. Well, hold on. Whatever. I'll come back to that in a little bit. I'll come back to that in a little bit. Roll Tide, Brody. Roll Tide, brother. But, of course, we got to talk about Dallas Turner murders the NFL Combine. That's kind of one of the first things that we do got to talk about, because Dallas Turner was a freak show. 4.47 official, 40-inch vert, still leads all defensive linemen and all edge rushers in that particular department. He had a 1.54, 1.55 10-yard split. Did really well in the three-cone drill. Did really well on the defensive line, on the field drills as well. Dallas Turner, for the most part, had a tremendous NFL Combine. And he wasn't the only freak show, right? You had Chop Robinson. Chop Robinson had a really good day as an edge rusher. But Chop Robinson, he was fighting for first-round status. Dallas Turner, everyone knew that this dude was a certified first-round pick. The question was that where was he going to go? Especially when you look at a draft class that was so filled with tackles. And you already know, like, tackles are going to get taken in the first round. It's a premium position. Receivers, right? This was an extremely stacked receiving class. How many receivers were going to go in this draft class? That was the discussion for a long time. And now, like, Dallas Turner had to kind of battle all that as well. So you got your own edge rushers that you got to try to fight against. You got receivers and pretty much one of the most stacked receiving classes as far as talent-wise that we've probably ever had in the NFL. You got a stacked tackle class. You got a stacked, you look at the quarterback class. There could be 4 quarterbacks taken in the first round at least. You got some of your other skill position players, like you got Brock Bowers. He's in position to go. You got corners like Terrian, Kool-Aid, like two of his teammates could go. So the question was, what position was Dallas Turner going to go in the first round? Well, now you can make a legit argument he's a top 15 pick at least. And I think he did well enough for him to be as a top 10 pick. Now, again, he rolled with linebackers. He could play as a stand-up or he can have his hand on the ground. But Dallas Turner, he's been mocked a lot lately. I watched a couple of mock drafts. He's been mocked a lot to go to the Baltimore Ravens. Now, if you guys have kind of been watching me, at least during my segment, the Baltimore Ravens, it's pretty much Alabama 2.0, right? Like the Baltimore Ravens, they have a pipeline as far as getting Alabama talent. Now, that's because Ozzie Newsome, even though he is, I believe he is retired general manager, he's like very similar to Nick Saban. He still has his hands in the cookie jar, right? Ozzie Newsome still is in that building every single day running things. And you look at the amount of Alabama players that have kind of run through Baltimore, it's no surprise and no shock. Now, Turner isn't the prototypical Baltimore Ravens edge rusher, but at 6'2", 200, and I think they got him at 6'2", 251 pounds. For the most part, he can fit the mold because Baltimore, they love to kind of run they run more of a hybrid type scheme. They can run a 3-4. They run a 3-4. Sometimes it's like a 3-4/4-2-5 sort of hybrid type scheme. They do run multiple sort of those roles, and they love to rotate a lot of their players in there. So Dallas Turner, I could see him going to the Baltimore Ravens. The Green Bay Packers at this point, they do need another edge rusher. I could see him going to the Green Bay Packers. That's a potential opportunity. The Minnesota Vikings were down there with Hunter, and they need somebody else to kind of play opposite behind him. So I can see the Minnesota Vikings getting him. There's a lot of teams and a lot of options for Dallas Turner, but how much money did he make? Well, he made some money. The question is where is he going to go? Is he going to go as a top 10 pick? Can he even shock people, even potentially be a top 5 pick? Is he the clear, definite number one edge rusher in this class? I'm not too sure. Now, he had a great season for Alabama, right? Great season this year, especially compared to that horrid season like he did last year. Even though at this point, I think we all can agree that's not his fault. We all can agree that a certain somebody did not utilize the talent that was a part of their disposal. As soon as he actually got a real defensive coordinator, a real defensive coordinator, you saw that Dallas Turner was able to shine. Is he the edge one? I'm not too sure. This is probably going to be one of the only draft classes that I can remember where you may not see an edge rusher taken in the top 10 because of just how stacked all the other positions are, especially this is going to be a very offensive-centric draft class, right? So at this point, I think he's number 2. Jared Verse had a strong outing. Chop Robinson is an athletic freak, and you know how NFL teams, it's not about the player. They love the prospect. But Dallas Turner made himself some money. And I think now the question is where is he going to go as a top 10, top 15 pick? And, of course, Chris Braswell. Chris Braswell had a solid outing, too. Again, he ran a 4.6. He had like a 1.59 10-yard split. Very, very good. That showcases explosiveness. Was really, explosiveness. Vertically, 33 inches and broad jumps, not the best out there. But overall wise, I thought that Chris Braswell had a really, really good day at the combine as well. I thought he kind of made himself some money. I'm not too sure if it was good enough for him to be in the first round conversation, but I do believe that he's probably going to be, at least worst case scenario, he's going to be a day 2 second round pick. I don't see him sliding to the 3rd. I don't see him sliding in the day 3. First round pick, we'll see. But other than that, I definitely think that Chris Braswell at least made himself some money. At least he certified his position of potentially being a day 2 pick. Go to see in the comments because I see that we're stacking up a little bit. Let's see, Deuce Spice, Buck, Bruce Watson in the building. Let's see, where do you think Will Reichert goes? I think Will Reichert's going to get drafted, right? And you don't normally see a lot of kickers from a year-on-year basis getting drafted, but I think he's going to be a 6th-round pick. I think he's going to be he's not going to be like a day 2 or early day 3 guy. He's probably going to be like a 6th to 7th-round pick, but he'll definitely be one of the first kickers taken. And I can't wait to see Will Reichert. I think he actually is going to be competing in the combine. Now, again, he's not going to be doing that much, but for the most part, he'll run his 40. He'll do some of the on-field. He'll do some of the on-field. Some of the athletic type drills, he'll do all that. But for the most part, he's just kicking. He's just trying to showcase his leg drive. And, he's not really going to do that much. So we'll see what Will Reichert can do at the combine. But I think he's probably going to be a 6th-round pick. NFL always needs pass rushers and corners. No, absolutely. I think the value of corner has kind of been a little, I think it's been a little devalued over the years because cornerback, out of all the positions, it seems like cornerback, that's the one position where you could kind of teach a scrub. As long, you can get a scrub athlete, and as long as he as long as he knows exactly what he's doing, he knows the assignment, he excels under the scheme, he excels on the scheme. He can kind of hold his own. Like how many corners have we seen excel under a certain scheme, and all of a sudden you take them out of that particular scheme, corners and safeties, like you take them out, they're bums. Like look at Kevin Byard. I think Kevin Byard's a perfect example. Now, Kevin Byard's a safety, but at some point, like he was one of the best free safeties in the game when he was with the Tennessee Titans because of the scheme that they ran. And as soon as they traded him to the Philadelphia, he just looked like a bum. I'm sorry. Like Kevin Byard looked like a bum. Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer from my Buffalo Bills. Like Micah Hyde was a solid safety at Green Bay. And then Jordan Poyer was kind of more of he was more of a box-to-box safety that just didn't really get that much playing time, was more rotational. But as soon as they went to Buffalo, all of a sudden under that scheme, which is again we run, they run a more of a fourth, they run a nickel-based sort of defensive set. All of a sudden they were able to excel easily. Like Tre'Davious White was able to excel easily, even better than what he did at LSU under the scheme. Like corners and safeties like that, those are positions that you can teach. Like those are the most coachable, most teachable sort of positions I think in the league, where I don't even think you need like a superstar in order to excel. You just need guys to really follow the guidelines, follow certain assignments, follow protocol, and as long as they follow their assignments, they can do fine. So I think that the corners over the years, safeties in the draft is starting to kind of devalue itself a little bit. Edge rushers, doesn't matter. Like edge rushers, that's a premium position. I agree. That's a very, very premium position, and those are where the fattest contracts are going. But like offensive tackle, edge rusher, quarterback, and receiver is good. Like receiver's in a solid place. It's not a premium position, but it's a solid place. But yeah, quarterback, tackle, and I think what you're going to start seeing a lot more now is that I think sooner or later you're going to start seeing a center. I think center and precious one techs. Well, not one tech. I'm not going to say one tech. One tech is a rarity. Like finding a very good one tech is a rarity. That's why that position just hasn't been that good over the years. But I would say quarterback, edge rusher, and offensive tackle are the premium big dollar type of positions in the league, with probably fourth would be being defensive tackle. So that's kind of what I kind of think about that. But yeah, Turner has a shot. He has a shot of being, obviously he has a shot of being that in that sort of role, that sort of position. Yeah, that's a good comment. Hold on, let me highlight that. That's actually a pretty good comment right here. From Antoine. He says, I think the 3-4 has kind of ruined some of these numbers that the edge rushers used to put up in the 4-2 and in the 4-2, 4-3 schemes from back in the day. Yeah, I agree. I think, and again, like there's like you look at this combine, like Dallas Turner, like he should have been with the edge. I think he should have just been with the edge rushers. Like there's so many different classifications of edge rushers now, like it's ridiculous. And now it's like, well, are you a stand-up guy? Are you going to be more like in that 4-point stance? Are you going to be at a 3-point stance? Are you playing like defensive end? Like, are you playing on the inside? Are you playing on the outside? It's so many different so many different roles of edge rushers now that it kind of it doesn't really devalue the position. I'm not going to say it's going to devalue it because it's still a premium position, but it's not like, because defenses run so many different schemes nowadays that it's like a particular player has to fit that scheme in order for them to excel. Right. And so like Chris Braswell, I'm gonna be honest with you, I think he fits more of a 4-3 scheme than I think he does a 3-4 or, of what they want to classify him as. Dallas Turner, I think, can excel in a 3-4 type scheme, but it's like, they can play both because they have played both. And yeah, it's kind of, it does kind of ruin it a little bit. Caleb Williams is definitely the first pick. Yeah, I mean, it kind of looks like it. Looks like it so far. I don't know. I put him over maybe Penix or Daniels. Right, like they're right. Like that's like they have to drop back in coverage exactly, and they have to drop back in coverage. But I think one of the trickier parts about finding like the prototypical 3-4 outside linebackers is there are players out there that like Terrell Lewis. Like Terrell Lewis kind of played in that 3-4, like Terrell Lewis at Alabama. Like I thought Terrell Lewis, even though he's like 250 pounds, like he has the body type of playing in that sort of scheme. He never really excelled under that scheme. To be fair, he honestly would have been. I thought he would have done better as a 4-3 type of guy. So it's just like it's very player dependent. And I think and sometimes like we look at body types, like we look at the body types over the years and saying, okay, well, he's 250. Well, he's got to be a 3-4 type guy. And like we kind of, not going to say body shame, but we look at guys and we say, this is what he's supposed to play under. And then they never excel under it. And you find out later that they probably would play a lot better in a 4-3 or a 4-2 or in a 4-2 scheme. So that's kind of one of the trickier parts now when it comes to evaluating players about what they fit and what they can't fit. Both Braswell and Turner, they played both. So they played in both, and I think the tricky parts, and this maybe could hurt Turner, is the fact that because he's played in both, you're not too sure of what he's excelling in. And so it's either he's the complete edge rusher, or even though they kind of ran both schemes, which one did he play the best at? Because he did have some bad moments. Like last year, he had a lot of bad moments. Even this year, like Dallas Turner's film isn't clean. Like it's not clean at all. So like it's tricky when it comes to now evaluating players, especially edge rusher. But kind of gonna move on a little bit. Here. Gonna talk about next topic. I do want to talk about is wasted generation of edge rushers. Yeah, guys, the last really 3 to 4 years, you can make a legit argument that we have pretty much been in the golden age of edge rushers. Now, of course, like we've had players like Courtney Upshaw. We have Adrian Hubbard was another kind of big name that I can kind of remember, like Adrian Hubbard. Of course, you look at a Ryan Anderson, you look at a Tim Williams. Like these were kind of outside linebackers, edge rushers that you really, really liked that can excel. Exactly like a Harris. I remember Harris as well. Rashaan Evans was more of a hybrid type role. Okay, of course, he played as an inside linebacker in his final year, but I remember the first couple years he kind of played it. Well, first 3 years he played as that hybrid role where he would kind of rush off the edge and play as that extra outside linebacker. But we have probably been in the golden age of outside linebackers. And for 2 of those years, for 3 of those, let me take that back. For 5 of those years, we had Pete Golding on staff as our defensive coordinator. Now, he wasn't always the guy in charge, right? And I can't believe I'm blanketing the name. He's with the Cleveland Browns now. But yeah, Pete Golding, we had Pete Golding on staff for all those years. And you look at some of the players that we had. We had Chris Allen. We had Chris Allen. We had Terrell Lewis was there. Terrell Lewis, Christian Miller. I'm trying to think who else. Obviously, we had Will Anderson. We had Chris Braswell. It's just like we had and then of course Dallas Turner. Like we had a lot of guys, a lot of huge potential for a lot of these players. But if Chris Braswell does go in the first round, first of all, that's going to make the case that Pete Golding has wasted this generation a lot more. Yeah, somebody says CJ Mosley. CJ Mosley was more of an inside linebacker. I still say like for golden age of inside linebackers, that was probably like early Saban era. Like that was the golden age. But yeah, yeah, that's a pretty good comment right there. Like, you can make the legit argument that the worst coaching decision that Nick Saban probably made was hiring Pete Golding or promoting him to be the defensive coordinator. He tried to he wanted another Kirby Smart. He wanted somebody who he can teach from scratch. And I think a lot of people kind of tend to forget how long it took for Kirby Smart to really develop the trust and be the full-on defensive coordinator. Because remember, he was with them from LSU to the Miami Dolphins, all the way now to Alabama. Like, he was there with Nick Saban probably like what, 5 or 6 years before he even became the defensive coordinator for the University of Alabama. You know, like but it was clear and obvious. Saban wanted another Kirby Smart. He wanted another disciple who that can be on staff for years. And was it a desperation move? I'm not gonna say no, because like Pete Golding had a great track record. Like last year, he had like a top 5 national defense with UTSA. Matter of fact, one of the edge rushers that was under Pete Golding, he actually ended up being a first-round pick for the New Orleans Saints. But I mean, it's just been downhill. It's just been downhill, guys. It's just been downhill kind of ever since. And yeah, I mean, Dallas Turner and Chris Braswell. I mean, Dallas Turner, Chris Braswell with Henderson. Not only could you potentially have 3 first-round picks, but 2 of those dudes may end up being top 10 picks. And now what are you going to do? Because remember, guys, we had both these dudes playing on the same field at the exact same time for 2 years. Like, they were on the field together for 2 years. We're really like 1.5 years, because Dallas Turner, which by the way, Dallas Turner was the 3rd string. And if we're really going to count some players, right? Like, if we're really going to really count some players, like remember we had the linebacker from Texas from who played at Denton Ryan, who ended up going to Arkansas, ended up being a 2nd-round pick. And he was an outside linebacker. I forgot the name is. You guys can tell me in the comment. Again, I'm forgetful of names. But yeah, we had the 5-star kid from Denton from Ryan, who ended up being an outside linebacker for about a couple years, ended up transferring, going to Arkansas, ended up being a 2nd-round pick. Like when you really take a look at the amount of linebackers for both an inside and outside line, there it is, Drew Sanders. Like, we had Drew Sanders. Like, think about that for a second, guys. Like, Drew Sanders, Chris Braswell, Chris Allen, and Dallas Turner. All 4 dudes were on the exact same. They played the jack. They played that role. And I think Chris Allen was drafted. I think he was drafted as like a really, really late one, but he would have been a day 2 pick if he never would have tore the ACL. But you had all 4 dudes playing under the same name, under the same position, under the same position, like the same jack name. And 3 of these dudes are going to be either day 1 or day 2 guys. And Pete Golding could not figure out what in the hell he was going to do with these guys. Couldn't figure it out. He couldn't find a way to scheme these guys to fit to really utilize these guys to their maximum potential. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. And, you know, I mean, as much as we're blaming Pete Golding, Nick Saban's, he's got to be a part of blame for this as well. Because we've seen 4 to 5 years of this crap. Now, Golding has a national championship under his belt. And like I said, I'm going to be very, very appreciative of Pete Golding for that instance. But I'm going to be completely honest with you. The fact that from 2019 all the way to the 22 season, the fact that Pete Golding, out of 4 of those seasons, we didn't make the playoffs in 2 of those seasons. Like, think about that. We didn't make the playoffs in 2 of those seasons. We had 2 seasons of 2 losses. Like, we haven't really had that since 2010. As far as, right, and again, I'm not going to count postseason play. We're just talking strictly in the regular season. Like, we had 2 seasons of 2 lost seasons in the Saban era under Pete Golding, with arguably the most talent that we've probably ever had. You know, sometimes, guys, the composite rankings, they don't lie. Like, we like to look at the composite rankings, team rankings, and a lot of people can say recruiting doesn't really matter. Talent is not always evaluated properly. But let me tell you something, guys. There's a reason why these sites exist, right? These sites, are they always accurate as far as evaluating talent? No, they're not always accurate. But they do a pretty good damn job. They have a good track record of 5 stars and 4 stars that can end up going off to the National Football League and being successful. And for 3 out of the 4 years that Pete Golding was here, we had #1 recruiting classes, and historically, we had some of the best recruiting classes in Alabama school history. And a lot of it was on the defensive side of the ball. And as you saw today, guys, during the NFL Combine, or yesterday during the Combine, we just keep developing freaks after freaks after freaks. Christian Harris with the Houston Texans. You saw what Christian Harris did in that Baltimore Ravens game in the playoffs? Did you guys see what DeMarco Hellams was able to do with the Atlanta Falcons after pretty much being a bum at Alabama his last season? Did you see what look what Kyrie Jackson did? Here's one thing, and we're going to talk about the secondary in a second, fellas and ladies. But think about this. We had Kool-Aid, Kyrie Jackson, Terrion Arnold, all three of these dudes. If you look at the depth chart for 21, all of them were playing on the same side. All of them were playing on the same side on the same side. You look at one name, it was Kyrie Jackson. Think about that Texas game for 21, how they got torn up by Xavier Worthy. It was Kyrie Jackson first. Number 2 behind him was Kool-Aid, and then number 3 was Terrion Arnold. 1, 2, 3. And all three of these guys are going to end up being either first-round picks or second-round picks. All of them on the exact same chart, 1, 2, and 3. And we couldn't, and Pete Golding couldn't figure out a way how to utilize all three of these guys. What's going on, John M? Like the more and more that these players start to kind of come out and they start to shine and do their business and show their athletic ability and show, like, it hurts. Like, if you guys were watching the show yesterday and you saw my reaction to Dallas Turner of 40 inches and jumping 40 inches and running a 4.47, I called a lot of you guys liars, because I'm like, there is no way in hell we had that athlete, that freakazoid, right, that predator on our football roster, and we didn't utilize that dude to the best of their ability. Because I'm looking at that size, with that speed, with that athletic ability, I'm thinking, he's a player like that under a Saban defense. Oh, that's at least 12, 13 sacks in a season. That's at least, first team All-American. That's at least, 2-time first team All-American caliber. And we didn't really get that much production. And again, he produced, but we didn't get that much out of him. I felt like we didn't really utilize it. And a lot of it was because we wasted 2 years with Pete Golding, an incompetent defensive coordinator who didn't know what to do with the talent that was a part of his disposal. And I think a lot of the blame has to go to Nick Saban, because you dealt with that, because we dealt with that crap for 4 to 5 years when everyone and their mother knew that Pete Golding wasn't the right guy to utilize his talent. Like the more and more we watch the combine, and we're gonna go over the rest of these combine guys. But the more and more we look at these players and they shine, the more pissed off that I get, and I'm pretty sure the more pissed off you guys get, because what the hell were we doing with this talent? What, they were just there, like we were sitting with Lamborghinis and Ferraris and Aston Martins right in the goddamn garage, and we didn't even take it out for the damn drive. All we kept doing was polishing it, washing it off, but we never really drove it. We just let it sit there for a beauty contest, just for display purposes. Like it's garbage. It's garbage. It is garbage. But it is what it is, guys. It sucks. Because the last 3 to 4 years, we have literally had a gold mine of edge rushers. And remember, guys, like even during Alabama's run when they were winning national championships, really with the exception of Adrian Hubbard, because we had a time period from 2013 all the way for like 2 years. It was like 2013 and 2014. We had no edge rushers. Remember that year? Like we had interior defensive linemen for days, but we had no edge rushers. Like Adrian Hubbard was our best edge rusher, and he was a decent one, but that was our best edge rusher. We had nobody. And then 2015 came, and Tim Williams and Ryan Anderson, they showed off for like 2 years. But then after those two left, 2017 was awful. Like 2017, we were banged up because Lewis and Miller were hurt, but we had no edge rushers in 2017. 2018, we rebounded a little bit, right? Like we rebounded a little bit. Terrell Lewis Again, he really didn't play that much because he was hurt. And then Christian Miller had a good season, but we didn't really have that many edge rushers. It was pretty much Quinnen Williams and then it was everybody else. 2019, it was kind of just a 65% Terrell Lewis, who wasn't healthy during that year. And then 2020 came. We had a young emerging Will Anderson, Chris Allen battling injuries, still performing his best, but battling injuries, not 100% for 2 seasons. And then all of a sudden we get Dallas Turner, who played the next year 7 games and had 8.5 sacks in those 7 games. And that was during our toughest stretch when we were fighting them at the playoffs. Just sitting on a gold mine of players, man, and we just did nothing with it. Nothing. Well, exactly. I mean, JC. Well, then I'll take it back. I mean, Hubbard wasn't the worst player, but yeah, I mean, for 2 years, I mean, for 3 years actually, because he was our leading sack. He was our sack leader in 2012. Like, think about that. We won 3 national championships with 0 edge rushers. We won 3 with 0 edge rushers. Like, even in 2011, like we had Courtney Upshaw. And then Dante Hightower, he was kind of like the first kind of hybrid linebacker to play for us during the Saban era. But we won 3 national championships with 0 edge help. 0. And just a gold mine. And we've just nothing to show for it. But 2 11-win seasons with 2 losses with it and a playoff loss to Michigan. Nothing to show for it. A blowout loss to Georgia. It's just disappointing the more and more we look at these players perform every year. Ah, boy, but we're going to move on, focus on the next topic because this is something that did excite me. We've talked about the offense being improved. We talked about the offense getting a lot better. The head man, Jalen Milroe, he's got to be the one to perform. Well, Jalen Milroe looks like, guys, one of the things me and Coach Sean, all the coaches we talked about is that his throwing motion has got to change up a little bit. I didn't really like it. It looked a little ugly to look at. But Jalen Milroe switched that throwing motion up. It looks way more concise. It looks way more quicker now. The release looks a lot more quicker. He's using a lot more of his footwork. And again, it's just practice footage. Just practice footage is him. But he really kind of changed up his throwing motion. And I think that's really, really good thing. Again, that just shows the dedication. That shows the willingness to get better. And I think he kind of knows that this is a completely brand new offense, which is really going to expect him to really be utilized fully as a quarterback instead of just being a hybrid type guy that we're just going to use him a lot more in the run game. This is going to be an offense where we're going to have to rely on his arm, right? This is what I keep saying, 3,500, 4,000 yards passing. These are expectations that if you say that Jalen Milroe is going to do that, I'm not going to blame you. Because in reality, under this offense, with the amount of weapons that we should have, that should be the expectation. We have too much talent not to put up those numbers with this offense, which has proven to be high level. So Jalen Milroe is doing, I love the throwing motion. Looks a lot quicker, looks a lot more concise. And these scouting reports that are saying that he can't play in the pocket because of his size, like if you want to sit up here and say, well, he needs to clean up his accuracy in the pocket, fine. But to say that he can't play in the pocket because of his size, all of a sudden you take a look at that Jalen Milroe photo, the dude is jacked. Like that's one of the most jacked quarterbacks you're ever going to see. Like that, like you thought that dude was in prison, man, doing those push-ups. You thought that dude was doing 1,000 push-ups, like doing those Herschel Walker, those prison push-ups. They don't go fully down, man. They do those push-ups halfway, man, and that develops a lot of muscle. You thought that dude was in the joint doing nothing but push-ups. That dude is 6'2", 225 pounds, jacked, stocked up, ready to look like he ready to beat somebody's, you know what? And he can't play in the pocket because of his size? Like, that's ridiculous. Come on. Like, that's ridiculous. The dude, he's ready to go. Now, does he got to protect himself a lot more? Yes. Because even though he's jacked up, he's jacked up, but then he does get jacked up sometimes because he doesn't really protect himself. He's got to carry that ball instead of kind of carrying it. Like he carries it too loosely. He's got to make sure to kind of hold on to that ball tight. I would love to see him kind of change his running motion a little bit. But other than that, I mean, I think Jalen Milroe, he's good. He can play in the pocket. Easily can play in the pocket. He's got the size to play in the pocket. But yeah, that's ridiculous from these scouting reports. And yeah, hopefully Jalen Milroe can prove them wrong. But now we're going to talk about day 2 combine reactions. Of course, we had Terran Arnold and Jalen Key. These guys were able to kind of perform at the combine. Terran Arnold had a decent day. He had a decent day. He didn't do the best when it comes to, if we're just talking about like those athletic drills, like his 40-yard dash, he went like a 4.5. It's not bad. You know, you would love to see him run a little bit like you would love to see him run like a 4.45, maybe even like a 4.48 or a 4.47. A 4.5 is not bad, but you know, you want to see him run a little bit faster. His vertical leap was solid. I think he jumped above 37 inches. That's solid for a corner. His broad jump was solid. I think he placed 10th in that aisle, so it was solid broad jump. I thought that his on the field drills, that's where he made his money, right? Terran Arnold was beautiful with the on-field drills. His back pedal, his change of direction, his lateral agility, his hands. I thought he had some of the best hands there. I mean, Terran Arnold did an incredible job with the on-field with the on-field workouts. Again, he didn't really test that well as far as we're just talking about his athletic profile, but the on-the-field drills does matter, right? His hand-eye coordination, everything was smooth sailing, and that's where I think he kind of made his money. So do I think he's CB1 in this draft? To me, just looking at his tape, yes, because of the versatility, because he can play as a nickel, he can play as a safety, he can play as a strong safety. Not really, he could play as a free safety. Again, he played that at the same time as Aquinas, but I would again, he could, because of how good of a tackler that dude actually is and how physical he is, I think he can, if you want to transition him to an in the box to backs, type role, he can do it, even despite the fact that he's like 180, 190 pounds. But he can play as a boundary. He can play in the slot. He can play multiple roles, and I think that's going to really increase his versatility, and that's going to really increase his draft stock because of that. And just overall, the willingness to not even complain about playing these sort of positions. Now, Jalen Key, who was our second guy, Jalen Key was Jalen Key, right? I'm not, he was Jalen Key. Like everything I saw from Jalen Key today at the combine is exactly kind of what you see on tape. Right, not the fastest guy, not the most athletic guy. I thought drills was okay. I mean, it didn't really excel, didn't really excite me. It didn't really stand out. It was good enough. Jalen Key, again, he had a 4.6 40. Was decent with the broad, decent with the vertical leap. 10-yard split was okay. Like he was just okay. Jalen Key is going to be a day 3 pick. He's going to be a day 3 guy. The question is what round does he go in day 3? Does he go in the 5th round? Does he go in the 4th round? Does he go in the 6th or the 7th round? I think personally he goes either in the 5th. He's either going to go in the 5th round or he's going to be a 6th round pick. And if he didn't come, and I think he came from UAB, if he didn't really come from UAB, I don't know if he would have been drafted. I think that coming to Alabama, playing in the SEC, just by itself boosts your draft stock. And because he really started for a handful of those games, he had some really, he had some good moments, but he also had a lot of bad moments as well. And scouts can, again, if he was like an athletic specimen, he probably would have been like an early 4th or maybe even being a day 3 or maybe even being like a late day 2 guy. But you look at the film, it doesn't stand out. You look at his athletic profile, it doesn't stand out. And it's just, it's just day 3 type material. Now, can he excel in the NFL? Maybe he can. I'm not going to say no, he can't. I mean, DeMarco Helms did a great job. Eddie Jackson didn't really have the greatest athletic profile in the world. He was able to become a former all-pro type player, so I'm not going to say that he's not going to be that player. But he does, you got to work with him. Whoever's going to coach him, you got to put him in the right scheme. And you got to work with him to see if he can really, really kind of match the intensity. See if he really match. All right. Right. Yeah, exactly. And listen, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Right? There's nothing wrong with that as far as using Alabama as a stepping stone. Because let's be honest, like Jermaine Burton went from Georgia to Alabama because he used that as he used that as a stepping stone. Especially because Alabama they've got a reputation of developing receivers and send them off to the next level. That's why he transferred from Georgia to Alabama, because he wanted to go to a place that not only can utilize him as a number one, but also has that reputation of sending people off to the NFL. Jahmyr Gibbs. Again, if he would have stayed at Georgia Tech, and Georgia Tech, he probably would have put up better numbers at Georgia Tech in his junior season than what he would have done to Alabama. But he would have never been a first-round pick if he would have stayed at Georgia Tech. He probably would have been either a second rounder or a third rounder. But the exposure of going to the SEC, going to Alabama, which has produced a plethora of first-round backs, that's what got Jahmyr Gibbs to being a first-round pick. Because remember, Jahmyr Gibbs, he didn't even have 1,000 yards rushing, and he was the number one guy. But he ended up being a first-round pick because he displayed the ability that he did at Georgia Tech. That's what NFL teams are looking for nowadays. And he was underutilized here at Alabama. He was underutilized and still ended up being a first-round pick because of the exposure, right? You look at a Tyler Steen. Like, Steen was, let's be honest, if he would have stayed at Vanderbilt, he would have never been a first-round pick or a second-round pick, hell, even a third-round pick. He would have been like a fifth or a sixth-round pick if he would have stayed at Vanderbilt. He came to Alabama for the exposure and to get an opportunity, and he ended up being a third-round pick. So players play. Henry To'oTo'o, same thing. He was the exact same player at Tennessee than what he was here. Now, it was not the greatest 2 years in the world, but still, he ended up boosting his draft stock, just coming to Bama, ended up being a third-round pick. So, it is what it is. It's college football now. Players are going to use these universities sometimes as a stepping stone to get a lot more exposure. It's just, it is what it is. But good luck to Jalen Key. Seriously, like, good luck to him. I hope he's first of all, I hope he's drafted. Right? I hope he's drafted. And like I said, the higher he goes, the more Alabama kind of looks good in that sense. So I hope he gets drafted, and I hope he succeeds. Seriously. But Kool-Aid didn't compete. I don't even think he was even there. I'm not too sure. But I don't even think Kool-Aid even I don't think he participated at all at the combine. And honestly, that might have been the best possible scenario for Kool-Aid. Because if Terrian ran a 4.5, I can imagine what Kool-Aid was going to run. Now, eventually, he's going to have to run that 40. He's got to run that 40. But Kool-Aid is not the fastest dude in the world. He's just not. Kool-Aid is probably, I hate to say it, he's probably like a 4.55 guy, maybe even a 4.6 player. He's not fast. Now, he has great technique. He has great lateral quickness and great lateral agility, great hand placement. Like, he's a technician. He's a technician. He's physical. Maybe not as Terrian, but he's pretty damn physical. And he's got the size, of course, like 6'1", 189, 190 pounds. He's a big frame type corner, but he's not fast. And so this is kind of one of those combines. Like, you got guys like Nate Wiggins ran a 4.28, man. And I thought he was playing when he said that he had Deion speed. The dude ran a 4.28 at the combine. That's a first round prospect, guys. You look at Dakari Richardson from Mississippi State. Hell, the two Auburn players did really, really good today. Like, the two Auburn secondary kids, they did a really good job at the combine today. A Mitchell, like, you look at Quentin Mitchell for Toledo, dominated. This was probably not the day Again, on the field drills, Kool-Aid, this is Kool-Aid's house all day. He would have done amazing when it comes to the on the field drills. But if we're just talking about the athletic profile, it might have not been the best. And it probably might have killed him, even despite the fact that he can dominate the on the field drills. People really take a look at the athletic profile, unfortunately, compared to tape nowadays. And like Anthony Richardson ended up being a top 5 pick because, let's be honest, not because of what he did on the field, but because of his athletic profile. That's a 6'4", 240-pound quarterback that can run a 4.4, that has a cannon of an arm. And yes, he's not the most accurate. We all know the dude is not accurate. But if they could just clean him up, but if you can clean up the accuracy, then hell, he can be like Josh Allen, because Josh Allen was the exact same case in the exact same scenario. Athletic specimen, 6'4", 6'5", 240 pounds, can run 6'5", 240 pounds. Had like a 4.75, which for a quarterback standpoint, pro pocket guy, that's pretty damn good. Strong as all hell. What generational arm. Ended up being a top 10 pick and ended up being one of the best quarterbacks in the league. So that's what people lean on. People lean on the athletic profile compared to the tape. And Kool-Aid, I don't know. I think the day might have not been great if he would have done it today. So hopefully, again, the pro day is going to be, well, it's March now, so it's going to be, the pro day is coming. Like, it's going to be like in 2 to 3 weeks, and he has he's got to do those drills. He's got to showcase his athletic ability at the pro day, but at least he has a lot more time to kind of display it. Now, Kool-Aid is injured. Okay, he's injured. Okay, I didn't know the deal. So, hell, I'll even say this: if Kool-Aid, I don't know the severity of his injury, but if he's out, even during that, let's say he misses the pro day, you can make a legit case and argument that still helps him, because if you don't know what he's going to test at the combine, if you don't know his testing numbers for the combine and pro day, you got to look at the tape now. Then you got 2 years of solid tape, and you look at we've seen players opt out of both combines and pro days, and pro day is supposed to be required, but I don't know, somehow, some way they didn't do it, and they ended up being first round picks still. And so you can make a legit case that his injury, I don't know the severity, but his injury actually may help him still be a first round pick compared to even hurting him, just because he's not a tester. He's not an athletic freak. He's not that type of player, right? He's more of, put me on the field and I'll showcase my ability compared to the athletic, but compared to the testing numbers I'll put up. Oh, he has a fractured foot. Ooh, God. Okay, yeah. So I don't know when he had the surgery, but yeah, I mean, yeah, you freaking break your foot, and then yeah, he's probably going to be out. So yeah, I mean, combine and pro day numbers, yeah, it's a legit case that actually might have helped him compared to hurting him. Now, of course, you got Nate Wiggins, Quentin Mitchell, like you had all this was a pretty damn good day for corners and safeties, and corners have kind of been in the back burner in discussions, like, of course, tearing on Kool-Aid. And then that's pretty much, Quentin Mitchell had a great Senior Bowl week, and obviously he had a great combine, great tape. But there's not a lot of corners that have been in the conversation for first round picks. Probably after this week, there's going to be a lot more corners that's going to enter the conversation. So that could hurt Kool-Aid a little bit. But I don't think anything hurt him that was a part of his doing, right? So you can't help injuries sometimes. He played pretty much every game. And again, I don't know if he hurt that foot and he was playing it during the season, or if that was maybe during a workout session. But as long as he's going to be available for mini camp and training camp and all that type of stuff like that, he's good to go. And that still may just help his case to staying in that first round, compared to really hurting him, because we don't know what his athletic profile is going to look like. Jones fracture. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. He'll be back. He'll be back. Yeah. I don't know if he'll make it during minicamp, but yeah. Or I'm sorry, rookie minicamp. But yeah, minicamp. He'll OT, like minicamp, OTAs, training camp. He'll be there. He'll be available. So that's you can make an argument that's a good thing. You can make an argument that's a good thing. They said Terran Arnold is going to the Atlanta Falcons. We'll see, Sean. We will see. There's a chance. Now they already have again. You know they had the kid from Clemson that's there. They got the kid from Clemson that's there. So you know they got a quarterback number one. But hey, I mean that's a good combination of having an AJ Terrell and then have Terry and Arnold kind of play opposite beside him. That could be a pretty good combination. God, not the dirty birds. They need a quarterback. Like if I'm the Falcons, I would try to trade for Justin Fields because the Chicago Bears guys, I'll say this. I'm not going to reveal any names, but I have somebody that I pretty much interned with that ended up going to the combine, talked to one of the coaches there. I can tell you this. I don't know if they're going to do it. No, number one, I think he's going to Caleb. But number 9, if they stay there, they're taking an edge rusher. They loved the edge rushing class. They're taking an edge rusher at number 9. Everyone's saying that Roma Dunze, Brock Bowers, that's not happening. They're taking an edge at number 9. I'm putting money on it too. They're taking an edge. They really love this edge class, and that's why I'm saying if there's AJ Epinesa could be there. You take a look at some of the other guys, don't be surprised if you see some other big name free agents that's edges. If they can't land any big name edge rushers in free agency, they're gonna take one in the draft at number 9. So watch out, Dallas Turner, potential opportunity. Jared Verse is a name to look out for. But no, they're going defense with that number 9 overall pick. So I don't see that happening. Kool-Aid did have a deal with Kool-Aid. Oh boy. I kind of like what flavor? It better be the fruit punch. Better be the fruit punch, man, that he's gonna be working with. The Ravens need a tackle. I think Ronnie Stanley gonna be gone out from the Ravens. Is Ronnie Stanley? Is he on the last year of his contract? Is Ronnie Stanley on the last year of his contract? Or is he a free agent? Is Ronnie Stanley a free agent? Let's see, as an Atlanta fan, how we definitely need a quarterback. Yeah, you need a quarterback. Like I would try to trade for Justin Fields, accumulate more NFL. Like try to trade Justin Fields, get a first round pick. Like I like Justin Fields. Now the offensive line, it's a better situation in Atlanta compared to Chicago. He's got weapons. He's got Kyle Pitts. He's got Bijan Robinson. He's got Tyler Algier. You got Drake London. Like you got weapons. And like I said, as long as they're not sacrificing too much, like I would just simply do a swap deal. I'm trading a first round pick. Give me the first round pick. Give me Justin Fields. I'll give you the first round pick. We'll do swap, nothing more. I'm not giving you like a first or a second for Justin Fields because I love his upside. I love his potential, but I'm not doing that much more with him. We're swapping. You can use your second and your third round picks to go out and try to get some more people, or you can try to trade back and try to get some more draft capital. But then you can try to surround Justin because of how stacked this receiving class is. You can go out and get a Jermaine Burton, right? Like, go out and get a Jermaine Burton. Now all of a sudden you have Drake London, Jermaine Burton can play on the outside, who's from Georgia, by the way. He's from that Georgia area. You got Kyle Pitts. Like, there you go. Yeah, there you go. But either way, like you can surround Justin Fields with more weapons. But you got to get a quarterback. You got to have a quarterback part of the draft process. Got to have one. Kirk Cousins. Oh, no. Nah, man, you can't do Kirk Cousins, man. 36 years of age, coming off of a major injury. Like, no. And I like Kirk Cousins. Like, Kirk Cousins, you know what I'm saying? Like, Kirk Cousins, he just bought a grill. He just bought a grill and just put it in his mouth. So I mess with Kirk Cousins. But no. Cannot do Kirk Cousins. Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it at all. Can't do it. Like, just go young. Like this age of just simple just prototype pro pocket guys, like that's dying. That's just a dying breed. Don't do it. Do not do it. What about Michael Penix? I like Michael. You know what? To be fair, I think Michael Penix should go to Miami. I think the Dolphins should pick up Michael Penix. I think if there's any quarterback, and like I said, we all love Tua. Like just put that out there. We all love Tua. But if there's really any quarterback that I think could really utilize the full potential of that offense, I think it is Michael Penix. Because I think Michael Penix possesses he possesses a lot of the same traits that Tua does. Now, Tua had a lot more zip. Like his release point and when that ball came out, it was like lightning. Now, I think he's lost he doesn't have the arm. He doesn't really have the arm like he used to. Like I remember like freshman Tua Tagovailoa, man, we're never going to see that version of Tua ever again because freshman Tua could throw it 80 yards with no problem. 75, 80 yards plus, no problem. Like throwing it from the opposite side of the hash, no problem. No drop in velocity. No drop in velocity. Like Tua during freshman year, Tua, my God, had one of the strongest arms as a Bama fan that we'll see. But injuries, the knee injuries, the ankle sprains, obviously that he broke his hip socket. Like it takes a toll on you. It does take a toll on you. And let's be honest, do the Dolphins, do they really want to pay Tua Tagovailoa $45 million a year, $45 million per year? Or do you want to say, you know what? We're entering a contract because they're probably going to pick up the fifth year option. They could pick up the fifth year option, or you could try to trade Tua. It's not going to cost you that much. Trade Tua, pick up Michael Penix Jr., who has a stronger arm, right? Who has a stronger arm, who has the exact same accuracy as Tua, who's a little bit more mobile than Tua, who's bigger than Tua. Do we try to go with the younger option who has a lot more experience and playing under a very similar scheme that he did with Washington? Like he played in a very similar scheme. So I wonder, like, if I'm the Dolphins, I would pick up Michael Penix. Like, and like I said, I love Tua. I've been watching Tua since St. Louis. But as a Bills fan, and I'm just talking as a Bills fan, every single time we play Tua, I have no fear. I have no fear. Like I'm scared to death when I play Patrick Mahomes, right? Like when Alabama played Jaden Daniels, I was scared to death because I knew Jaden Daniels he was going to put up numbers. Every single time we play Tua, there's no fear. There's no fear. Like I know for the most part, 99% of the time we're going to beat the Dolphins because we know Tua. We know what he's good at. We know his weak points. We know what he's liable in. Like we know. You take away we know exactly how to play him. And so it's kind of like it's kind of like for the most part, like, yeah, we can talk about them potentially developing an offensive line. Maybe they can. You seriously comparing to it? No, I didn't compare it to Mahomes. I'm a Bills fan. But I will say this: if you're gonna pay a quarterback in the same range as a Patrick Mahomes, which is $40 to $45 million per year, you're pretty much saying this quarterback can take us to the promised land. This is a quarterback that can take us to the Super Bowl. And I just, again, he's a good quarterback. Nobody's going to argue that he's not a good quarterback. Tua's a good quarterback. But the question is, when you're in a stat conference, because Patrick Mahomes, he's on a mountain by himself. But then there's the next case. There's the Joe Burrows. There's the Lamar Jacksons. There's the Josh Allens. And hell, I mean, we have to throw what CJ Stroud did during his rookie season. We got to talk about CJ Stroud. Right? Justin Herbert. If there's probably nobody else that's played with terrible offensive lines and year in and year out than Justin Herbert. We all know Jim Harbaugh is going to fix up the offense. It's going to be a matter of time before Justin Herbert and the Chargers start to become good. There's Trevor Lawrence. Like Anthony Richardson. I think Anthony Richardson is going to be a good quarterback in the NFL. Like it's too many big names. It's too, like, the AFC is quarterback centric. And I think if you're the Dolphins, you have to ask yourself, is this a guy that can take us to the next level? And, like I said, if they pay Tua Tagovailoa $40 to $45 million, that's going to make my day. I'm not going to be pissed off. Matter of fact, it's a win-win for me. Not only does a Bama quarterback get paid $40 to $45 million, but I play that dude twice a year, and I have a good chance of kicking his ass. So it's a win-win if they pay him. But if I'm the Dolphins, I would highly consider drafting Michael Penix. I think Michael Penix, out of all the quarterbacks, fits that system a lot more perfectly, and I think he can take that offense to the next level. But that's just me. I am a Michael Penix stan, by the way, so maybe it's some bias. I'm a big Michael Penix fan, so maybe that's just some bias. But hey, it's a win-win for me. You pay him, you pay him. That's big. That's the W for me. What's going on, Coach Sean?
What's up with your coach, Jay? How you doing, man?
Nothing much, man. Just have some NFL talks, combine talk.
You okay? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. How you doing, brother?
No, I'm doing good. I'm just doing good. Just kind of recapping the combine, having some NFL chats. We saw Terran Arnold. He had a pretty good day. Dominated on the field. A lot of on the field drills.
What time was the DB drills? I just got back from therapy, man. I
3
a little,
or 2, 2 at like 2 o'clock for you guys. So
I recorded it.
Terrion, he did a really good job with the on the field drills. Jalen Key was Jalen Key was Jalen Key.
What did Terrion run?
4.5. He had a 4.5. He had a 4.5, like a 36, 37-inch vert, solid. Okay. Like from the athletic standpoint, he was okay, but his money, like he made his money on those on the field drills. Like he had the best hands, the lateral agility, the just showcasing his overall ability to play corner and safety. Like they had him play both, and he did a tremendous job. Hand-eye coordination was perfect. Like it was nice. It was nice.
Good stuff, man. Yeah, I'm glad of that, brother. I'm glad he did well. I'm looking forward to Kool-Aid. He had some great interviews. I saw some people, some important people, praising him for his interview. So yeah, I like that. I like that for sure, man. You know what I mean? Did you see the on-field drills for Dallas and Chris Braswell?
No. I just saw I watched a lot of the 40. Athletic highlights. Yep.
Okay.
I just watched the athletic highlights, but I didn't see the stuff like that. I see that background.
Yeah, man. They gave me a little B2A background, man, a little belt to ass background. You know what I mean? Because
all right, yeah.
My background was utterly ridiculous, and I couldn't really go blurry because it just looked funny when I would do it. See, y'all's look great. Mine was just a plain wall with some damn blinds. So they had to boost me up.
Crap. All it is is
But see, I tried that. I tried that background, and I could never get mine to work right. It would always look like I was stepping through the wall or something. It's like I don't know. Mine would never look good like that. So they had to hook me up with something, man, so it wouldn't look so terrible in the background. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm lazy. I like the next room, like my next room. I've been saying that I gotta paint the next room. Like it's empty. So that's where I'm gonna put my office. I'm gonna put I gotta put my desk. Like I got all the material. I'm just lazy as far as kind of
listen, Jay. Are you gonna try to come down to A-Day, or you probably ain't gonna get to make it? Which one?
I'm gonna try.
Okay.
I'm coming to T-Town. I'm gonna try. I gotta see what's going on with my dad because he wants to vacation. He wants to go out the country. So I'm gonna see what's going on with that. But
hey, let me know, bro. Let me know, brother. You know what I'm saying? Try to get everybody down here.
Yeah. What's done, I will say, like what's done is the Wisconsin game. That's done. I'm going to the Wisconsin game, so I'll be going to there. I'll be going to Wisconsin, and then I have to try to pick and choose like which game I want to come down for T-Town, like for Tuscaloosa. I'm trying to figure out what game I want to come down for.
So you going out to Madison?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's what's up, man. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind going to Madison, Wisconsin myself, man. I would not mind going to Madison. I heard that joint was jumping. I would not mind going.
I got it. Yeah, I have to go. Like that was perfect. Like I've always wanted to go there simply just so I can witness jump around. But yeah, they gave me the perfect excuse, so I'm going. So that's the done deal. And at least early plans now because I have some people that's in that area. I want to try to kind of renovate. Like I want to try to rent a place, kind of rent somebody from there, and we can try to like have like a live view of it. Like I don't know, like that. It's like a lot of early stuff going on, but that's definitely the game I'm going to. Like that's
Yeah,
sure.
I definitely wouldn't mind, man. I've never been to where, obviously living in Chicago, that's not that far away, but I've
Mm-hmm.
never been to Madison, Wisconsin. I always heard about it, right? And I always wanted to experience that. I think I'm trying to save my coins to go to this Georgia game because I know they're gonna want about $5,000 a ticket for that Georgia game. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get to that thing. I got a couple of hookups on about 4 tickets, so I'm
You may see
trying
it.
to.
You,
Huh?
you may have 2 opportunities. I say you may have 2 opportunities. What if
Yeah,
this
yeah.
season you want to go?
Hopefully we will, man.
You say you're gonna have a
Hopefully
lot
we
of.
will. I'm
Yeah,
hoping we
I'm
do,
trying.
man.
I'm just trying to figure out which game I want to go to. Is it the Auburn game? Is it Georgia? Like what game? Or even like Oklahoma? Because I know Ty lives little like Ty's close. Ty's close. So we've had talks about
Yeah,
potentially going to Norman, seeing what's going on there.
man. That Oklahoma game gonna be jumping, man.
That's gonna be a lit
Right?
game. That's gonna be a very lit game. I can't wait for it.
Yeah, that's gonna be a outstanding game. I don't know yet, man. I got to hook up on some Georgia tickets, but I don't know. I want to catch an away game. I just don't know which one. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost scared to look at them prices, man. You know what I'm saying?
Get them
Some of those,
now.
yeah,
Get them now before they rise. Like well, the Wisconsin joints like what 500? Like they were like 500 just for like second row joints.
it's
They gonna be
crazy.
double the price by the time we get to September. It's gonna be nuts. The 300, like the upper level row is gonna be insane. So yeah, you try
Yeah,
to get them now.
yeah, it's gonna be stupid already, man. It's gonna be super, super duper crazy. I definitely gonna try, man. I'm definitely gonna try, man. You got a good segment, Coach Jay. I checked you out, man. I was listening in the car on the way home. That was a great segment, bro. As always,
Appreciate it.
man.
Yeah,
For sure,
appreciate you,
bro.
man.
Yeah, man. Without a shadow of a doubt, man. I was hoping my Steelers would get Justin Fields and let this Kenny Pickett dude go by the
I don't know what you guys
wayside.
are doing.
I
I
don't
don't know what
either.
you guys are doing.
I don't either, man. Mike Tomlin started to make me think he losing his damn fastball, man. The hell is he doing, bro? It's like, bro,
Oh,
you signed Mitch Trubisky 2 years ago. You know what I mean? And gave him what, 11, $12 million? It's like, come
mm-hmm.
on, man. Like, what? I don't either, bro. I don't either. That's why I'm a bigger college fan, man. They piss me off so bad. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
No, I
Absolutely
get it, man.
nuts.
I get it, Coach Sean. But anyways, I'm about to hop out of here, guys. I'll be in chat. I'll be listening. We'll do some work a little bit, man. But Coach Sean and Undefeated Chat, I will catch you guys next time. I'll catch you guys later, guys.
Appreciate you, Coach Jay. Thank you, brother.
All right, guys. Yep.
Shout out to my bro, Coach Jay, who always do an absolute outstanding job. Hold on 1 second, chat. Let me get this graphic correcto. Boom. If I like that one. Like that. How you guys doing in the chat, man? I hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys are okay, having a great night. You know, hope everything's going well with you. Let's get it cracking. Play some Coach Smooth music. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. We're gonna get it cracking. All right, man. Let's go. Let's go, bro. How you guys doing in the chat, man? You guys all right? What's your night like? How you doing? How you feeling? How's everything going for you tonight? I hope your night is going great. It's a great, beautiful Friday night. Everything's looking good. See who all in here, man. Let me see who all's in here. I need to know who in the chat. I need to know. I need to see. I need to feel it. Who is in here, man? Let me see first. Let me see what's cracking on. Side by side. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got, man. Let's go over here and see who's in here tonight. So, shout out to Marquita, my neighbor. Marquita, what's up with you? Shout out to John M. Shout out to Cynthia Middleton, who's in here. Mike G is in here. Goofball is in here. What's up, Goofball? Janet Forsyth is in here. Dustin Hodge is in here. Jermaine Mims is in here. Ty Alexander is in here. Of course, OG Ephraim is in here. What's up, OG Ephraim? How you doing, man? Sean Williams is in here. Buck is in here. What's up, Buck? How you feeling, bro? Good to see you up in here, man. Sean Wiley's in here. What's up, Sean? E. Burgess is in here. Brazy Knight is in here. C11 is in here. Megan is in here. What's up, Megan? My boy Adam Lamparello. What's up, Adam? Where you been, man? I ain't seen it, man. What's up? How you feeling, Adam, man? Good to see you up in here, bro. Ruben Poole is in here. Like I said, OG Ephraim, Cynthia Middleton, Sean Williams, all my people is in here, man. What is going on? How you guys feeling? I hope you guys are tapped in. Kimberly Harmon. What's up, Kimberly? Love when you up in here. Good to see you up in here, man. Gary Bama for life is in here. What's up, Gary? How you doing, man? That's good, Adam. Glad you're doing well, brother. John J is in here. Dr. 334 is in here. That's what it is. What's up, Doc? How you doing, man? Ty, what's going on, bro? Glad you guys up in here, man. Glad to see you guys, man. Glad to see all the wonderful people, all the ladies, all the gentlemen. Let's get it cracking, man. Got a few little things I wanted to cover tonight. Just a few little things that I didn't get to cover earlier. Wanted to talk about them real quick. Nothing major, just some little nuances. Again, they trying to turn college football into the pros, of course. Trying to do a lot of things that the NFL is doing. Rule changes, little finer nuances. Ahmad Beatty, what's up with you, bro? How you feeling? Patriot Life. What up, Patriot Life? What's going on, bro? Glad you up in here, man. Good to see you, man. Gary Bama for life. You already know, bro. Coach Sean, after watching the combine so far, I feel like this draft class could have stayed at their schools another year. Hey, you're right. You're right. I mean, for me, Gary, man, I feel like that almost every year at some point. At some point during the draft, I feel like that almost every year. I see kids that really should have stayed in school, but they chasing that bag, man, not knowing that next level is very difficult to make a team, man, even when you get drafted, right? You really, really, really got to have production. It's completely different than college. It's a career, you know what I mean? And they only keeping the best. They are only keeping the best. That's a whole fact, Gary. All facts, man. Hey, I appreciate you, Brazy Knight. Good to see you, brother. I'm glad you up in here, man. That's a whole fact. OGF from say, Coach Son, who would you fear the most, Derek Thomas or Coach? Ooh, that's a Ephraim. That's a man. I don't. Ooh, that's tough, bro. Man, Ephraim, that'd be one I might have to study for years, man. But if you just holding my feet to the fire and making me pick, I might have to go Brooks, man. I mean, it's like walking on fire, hot coals, and walking on glass. Which one hurt the worst, right? I mean, that's rough. But if I had to pick and you holding my feet to the fire, I might have to go Brooks, man. You know what I mean? But take your pick. What's up, Nicole Covington? How are you? I'm glad you up in here. How you doing, Nicole? Coin God, what's up, bro? How you feeling, Coin God? Kimberly Harmon, I'm so glad you and Marquita's in here. Cynthia, I'm so glad Cynthia Middleton's in here. Glad to see you guys, man. Sean Williams is up in here. What's up, Sean? Glad you got it. Rich B is in here. John M is in here. It's crazy, man. Janet Forsyth is in here. Love when Janet is in here, man. Love you guys up in here, man. Real quick on these rules, man. Real quick. I guess they trying to turn college football into the pros. I mean, I guess it is. Is that if that music is too loud, guys, please let me know. I can hear it pretty. If it's too loud, let me know. Please let me know. Yeah, it's not working, so that's fine. Let me know if that music is too loud, guys. If it's overtaking my voice, let me know. You know, I can hear it in my ear good. Music is okay. Got you, Ty. Thank you. So here's the thing. College football, right? These are the recommendations that they're. All right, thank you, Jared. Shout out to you too, Jared. I'm glad you're up in here, brother. Thank you. Here's the recommendations, man, that these guys are requesting for college football, right? The recommendations are being put together to approve coach to player helmet communication, sideline tablets, and 2-minute warning in college football. Remind you of another league. You know what I'm saying? Remind you of another league. You know what I mean? Having those Microsoft tablets on the sideline, right? 2-minute warning in college football, and coach to player helmet communications. Remind you of another league, right? It's like they doing all they can do to turn this into college football. Turn it into pro football. It's like all three proposed changes are mimics of the NFL. The coach to player helmet communications has been a hot topic since the Michigan Wolverines sign stealing controversy. So ever since that sign stealing stuff was out, the helmet coach to player helmet has been extremely popular. What's up, Tim Nolan? How you doing, bro? So that's been a hot topic, and it's about to be on its way to college football. Also reported, as I said, were the use of tablets by players and coaches on the sidelines. So, would that help in college football? I suppose so, right? I guess. I don't know. Obviously, when I played, we didn't have any of that, So 2-minute warning in college football, that might be all right, right? The 2-minute warning might not be a bad thing considering how college football is played and waiting on the ref to spot the ball when you're trying to go fast and people falling down, catching cramps when they're tired and all that. So the 2-minute warning might not be a bad thing. What that would mean is the game clock would stop at 2 minutes, right? Or after a play runs just past that time. So all these rules are proposed, right? The NCAA playing rules oversight panel, PROP, has to approve them by April 18th, right? And that's the designated date that the panel has set aside to discuss the changes. As college football conference expansion continues to grow and to be talked about, bringing the game into the 21st century seems to be a priority by the NCAA and the supporters of the game. The NFL is frequently discussing the use of electronic first down markers instead of the use of the antiquated chains that we use. Could that be next? Who knows, man? It's changing, man. They we going Wi-Fi football next. You know what I mean? Everything is changing. Everything is sped up. Everything is trying to make the game faster, trying to get the games over with quicker. College football had its own lane, with rules and things of that nature. Now, I will say one thing that need to be talked about during these rules is this targeting rule, right? This targeting rule needs to be on everybody's plate to talk about because it doesn't make any sense in pro football for a targeting rule to be called, unnecessary roughness, targeting, whatever you want to call it, right? And it's just a 15-yard penalty, right? But yet in college football, the kid gets thrown out and still got to sit out the very next game. So they need to change that, right? A kid just trying to make a play, end up ducking his head, hit somebody, you're gonna throw the kid out the game, and the next game, right? He had to sit out a full game. So it's crazy, It's crazy that the kid can get thrown out of a college game, but the NFL not so much. So to me, that's something that need to be discussed ASAP, right? Absolutely ASAP. That's something that need to be discussed prominently. If you're going to have all these new rules and all these new things, to me, that needs to be talked about as well. And that's where I stand on that. College football rankings going into to the spring football and going into this season. Now, I'm not a big dude when it comes to rankings and things of that nature, but I thought it was fun to look around and see where they had everybody ranked right now. I thought that was sort of weird, you know what I mean, to rank schools this early, right? We don't really know how people gonna look, but it's fun to talk about. It gives us something to talk about, and I thought it was interesting. I thought it was very, very interesting. Um, as usual, we know who's number one. They had Georgia ranked as number one. As the NCAA struggles to find an identity, you know, losing to Tennessee and losing to college football, uh, the court battles and all that kind of stuff over NIL. Um, Georgia is, you know, they seem to be on track to have a great season. Um, you know, they'll bolster a top 15 class, of course, transfer portal class, refreshment recruiting class, um, top 5, if you will. Um, Making it to the SEC championship game last year, losing to us, of course. They have them way too early, ranked number 1, right? As you would expect. I expected them to be number 1. Coming in at number 2 is Ohio State, right? Ryan Day has accomplished a significant roster flip. We'll just call it a roster flip, right? In the short history of the transfer portal. Since I can remember, last time the Buckeyes were ranked this high in preseason, they floundered, of course, and Michigan beat them. So it's going to be interesting to see about them. They have to play Michigan, obviously, again. Michigan lost a ton of people. They had 18 kids at the combine, right? So when you look at everybody they brought in, one of the best transfer portal classes since the transfer portal came into existence, right? We'll see, right? Because I can honestly feel like if Ryan Day doesn't do anything with this class, it may spell curtains for him. Not curtains, but curtains. Might be curtains for him, man. I really do believe it will. You got a lot of talking heads that it's already cooled off on him. A lot of money was spent to bring these kids in there. A lot of money was spent. So if these guys do not win, who knows, man? Who knows? Coming in number 3 was Texas. Big 12 championship, college football playoff berth. Strong statement, right? Quarterback Quinn Ewers returning for another season. Brought in Isaiah Bonds from Alabama, right? Brought in, Marnie Black from Alabama. Several dudes. UTSA transferred defensive lineman Trey Moore, who had 14 sacks. Chavondre Sweat and Byron Murphy's obviously gone. A lot of young talent on that team. We'll see. I can tell the Texas fans this. Every last stadium that you go to in the SEC is going to be yearning to put belt to ass on you, right? It's not like last year where you could practice all season for an Alabama. You practicing to 2 a.m. for Alabama for one game. Nah. Your entire season will be in this conference, right? You will experience the week-to-week grind in this conference, right? There is no drop off. The moment you drop off, the moment your attention span drops off, a team like Mississippi State will sneak up and you look up in the fourth quarter and your ass in a fight, right? This conference is different. You have to have laser focus from the first game to the last, and I'm anxious to see how these guys do. They talked that talk last year, right? So we'll see this year. Coming in at number 4 was Oregon, right? The Oregon Ducks, Nike headquarters, right? So their biggest win of the offseason was Dan Lanning turning down the Bama job. We all know that's a lie, right? He asked to be interviewed. He denied the interview. So let's stop it with the turn down the job. He turned down the interview, right? It's not the same thing. Even if you take the interview, there's no guarantee that you get the job, right? So he turned down the interview for Alabama. Let's say that. They moved to the Big Ten. They moved to the Big Ten this year. So I think the biggest grind for them is going to be in the months of November, right? Sure, the Pacific Northwest play in Washington and it gets cold in Washington. But I can promise you this. I can promise you this. Playing in the Big Ten in November is going to be hella different than playing the Pacific Northwest in November, right? The time is going to be different. The weather is for sure going to be different. The fan bases are going to be different. It won't be none of those empty stadiums, right? Big Ten, they'll pack the house. You know, the big boys will. The Penn States, the Michigans, the Ohio States, the Wisconsins, they'll pack the house for Oregon, right? And they'll face some stiff competition, right? Coming in at number 5 was the Crimson Tide. Now, I think 5 was a little low for us, you know, based on how we finished last year, based off the fact that we have Jalen Milroe back, based off the fact that we have probably the best interior offensive lineman in the country with Jaden Roberts, with Tyler Booker, and now with Tyler Brailsford. You know, but it is what it is, right? I wish they had us lower, if you want the truth, just so we can have that little chip on our shoulder, just so we can have that little disrespect in our back pocket. So, you know, it's amazing that they think Alabama's gonna fall off like they are, like they thinking. It's crazy, bro. Coming in at 6 is Ole Miss, 7 is Notre Dame, 8 is Missouri, 9 is Penn State. They love putting Penn State in the top 10, man. They love putting Penn State in the top 10. Penn State to me is Kentucky with different uniforms. Penn State to me is I'm not even gonna say Missouri because Missouri beat the team that beat them, right? They love putting Penn State in the top 10, brother. They love it, you know. Coming in at 9 is Penn State, 10 is LSU, 11 is Michigan. Wow, they dropped over to 11. 12, Utah, 13, Oklahoma, 14, Arizona, 15, Tennessee, 16, Washington, 17, Clemson, 18, Kansas State, 19, SMU, 20, Florida State, 21, Kansas, 22, Miami, 23, NC State, 24, Oklahoma State, and 25, Virginia Tech. So it's going to be really interesting, guys. It's going to be exceptionally interesting this year. You know, the preseason rankings are something that's fun to talk about. It's amazing how many schools that they put up there that we know don't belong, right? They love Penn State, man. They love Penn State. It's crazy. Coach DeBoer, from 4 milli to 10 milli, right? Shout out to Coach DeBoer, man. Shout out to Coach KD. Coach KD, this guy is the ultimate coach, the ultimate winner, right? When you look at Coach KD and look at this guy's track record, it don't get no better, man. I mean, it doesn't get any better. I don't know many other coaches that we could have gotten that would have satisfied the thirst of Bama fans, right? I think Coach DeBoer is going to fit right in as he has, right? And I really do believe this man is going to turn Bama into a national power again, as far as the football being played, right? Coach DeBoer received a hefty payday, right, to leave Washington and to lead the Crimson Tide program. When you look at Michael Casagrande, I think his name was Michael Casagrande. Yeah, he reported that Coach DeBoer got $834,000 just for the month of February, right? When you do the math, that's about a little over $10 million a year, right? You know, for comparison, when he was at Washington, he only made $4 million a year, right? So it's crazy. It's crazy. You know, I think that $10 million is a small price to pay when you look at what this guy's going to do for Alabama. They'll make $10 million in the first 2 games. You know, they'll make his salary on concessions, parking, game day tickets, gate, you know, everything. They'll make $10 million the first 2 games, man. You know what I'm saying? So I think Coach DeBoer, we got him at an alarming low rate, if you ask me. He has yet to have his official contract approved by the Board of Trustees. that will take place in the future, as it always does. That's nothing new, right? Shout out to Cynthia. You already know Cynthia. Ebony Carter. What's up, Ebony? I'm glad you in here. Glad you are in here. Shout out to Ebony and the entire Carter family. Shout out to the baller himself, young Noah. Future is bright. You already know. However, based off last month's financial records, Alabama can tell that approximately what Caleb did. You can tell what he make per year, right? If people are interested in that. I'm really not, but I just wanted to show the growth of what Alabama will do when they see a coach that they really want, right? From $4 million a year to 10. That's one hell of a raise, right? So whenever the full contract is released down the line, it will share, I'm pretty sure, the details. When he was hired, we knew he was going to make a great payday. I honestly believe, when you look at around the college football landscape and you see these things this guy's already doing, he's pulling up at high schools in helicopters. The interest is already back at our camps. The camps is already going to be full again, right? So the interest of Alabama football is still right there, right? So the money will come easy peasy, lemon squeezy. $10 million, easy price to pay to get a coach that's going to take us back to the national championship game. And I personally am glad we got that young man. That's a whole fact. I'm doing a breakdown right after this segment of position battles. It's several position battles, guys, that I want to talk about, because when you look around college football and you look around our team, it's no guarantee that people that we think will start. It's no guarantee of that, right? I can honestly say, if I had to say a couple of dudes that I know for a fact won't lose their position, it might be Tyler Booker and Jaden Roberts, right? I would be really, really hard pressed to find two guards better than those two guys in the whole entire college football, right? I think both of those guys will be drafted early, so this will be their last year. You can almost count on that. This will be Tyler Booker and Jaden Roberts' last year, because both of those kids are exceptionally talented, right? And they will dominate their box enough to be highly ranked pick kids. There's several position battles, though, that I want to talk about in the secondary, even on the defensive front, right? With this defensive front, with this even front, we know Tim Keeney will be one starter, right? Who's going to be the other interior defensive lineman? You could say Jaheim Otis, or you could say Tim Smith, right? Or you could say some of the younger guys, some of the younger kids, James, right? Demond Payne, right? There's several. John Moran Lathan, even though he's an outside guy, right? Who was going to be that bandit or that other defensive end, right? They brought in the Texas A&M transfer, JT, LT Overton, excuse me, right? Is it going to be LT Overton, right? Is it going to be, look on the other side, is it going to be Quindarius Robinson, Keon Keeley, Quay Rusar? Who is it going to be, right? I'm going to break it all down to what I believe, right, in this defense. So it's going to be interesting. You already know, Kimberly. You already know we got a lot of talent. It's going to be a lot of position battles, And I'll say this, man. I don't think. Let me say this. I don't want to put it wrong. I believe if you started, that should count, right? Because you have starting experience. But I do believe you shouldn't be able to let your backup outplay you in practice. Everybody had bad days. Everybody has ups and downs. I do not think your backup should come in and absolutely dominate his box more than you on the practice field, right? So, yes, you can be the starter, but if your backup outplays you, it is what it is, man. New coach, new philosophy, new expectations. I don't have any concerns. If I had to have one concern, a realistic concern, it would be the secondary. You know, if I had to have a realistic concern, to me, it's the secondary. It's the secondary, not because of we're absent talent. Obviously, we're not. It's just the game reps. We all know cornerback is one of the hardest positions to play on the football field. Trust and believe it. 4-2-5, 3-4, it doesn't matter. Cornerback is exceptionally difficult to play in college football. Unless we go out to the transfer portal and get some experienced guys or a experienced guy, we're going to be young at one of the corners. It's just what it is, right? Damani Jackson may be the most experienced true corner that we have on our roster now, right? The rest of the guys are either redshirt freshmen or freshmen, you know. So it's gonna be interesting at corner. It's cornerback and offensive tackle, right? Not just one tackle, both tackles, right? It's gonna be interesting there. You know what I'm saying? I have an idea of who's gonna start. I really do. But I'll break that down in the video. See what my man Ty say. I say Coach Sean agreed because Jake McClellan should not have started, in my opinion. I don't know, man, Ty. I like Jace. I personally, Ty, I don't think we fed him enough, right? I think we limited Jace by giving 4 or 5 carries, pulling him out 2 series, 3 or 4 carries, pulling him out of series. It's hard to really. Did you see the not national championship, but the first round we played Michigan? If you guys notice, Justice was cooking, man, cooking. And that's partially because of the talent of Justice, and that's partially because they didn't watch film on Justice. Justice hadn't been starting, so that was a whole new type back. They didn't have any film on the kid. So his flow of the game is a little different, right? When you don't have no film of what the kid like to do, his tendencies, does he cut back, does he not, does he jump cut? They had no film on it whatsoever. So that would have been the perfect time to let him play, right? But we didn't choose to do that. I can't hate on Jace because there was games where Jace really won us the game. I mean, I can think back to that Texas game. And let's just talk about when we went to Texas last year. We couldn't run the ball. We couldn't move the ball. The passing game wasn't doing nothing. Jace popped one for about 70 yards. Gone, right? After that, our offense picked up. So I don't think we fed Jace enough, to be fair. I don't think we featured him enough. I don't think it's hard. You know how it is, Ty. It's hard to get in the rhythm at running back when you give me 4 carries, 3 carries, then you pull me out for 3 series. Then you put me back in and give me 2 more carries, then you pull me out again. You know, it's real tough to get. I played that position. It's extremely tough to get in the rhythm of that. To be fair to him, I don't think we didn't give him enough. Remember how we used to, Ty, how we did with Najee? Najee would always have 21 carries, 22 carries, 23 carries. So he got a chance to get in the flow of the game, right? We hadn't done that of late. I think we ran Roy Dale when we played Georgia. Was it Georgia? Was that Georgia? I think Roy Dale had close to those carries. And you see how good he done because he got a chance to get into the rhythm of the game. You know, you got to feed the young man. Give him the carries. It's hard to really make something happen when you're getting 10 carries, 11 carries, 9 carries, 12 carries. You need at least 15 to 20 carries to really move the chains if you really want to be that physical type run game type team. And I don't think we ever gave him a chance, right? We got too pass happy, right, at times. It used to disgust me at times because it's 3rd and 2 and we in a damn shotgun, throwing the ball out of bounds. You know, I just, some of the play call last year, I'll never understand it, guys. I'll never understand it, no matter how much I look back at it, no matter how much I want to be positive and try to understand. Some of the plays we ran against Michigan was utterly ridiculous. Like, I just didn't understand. You see them, they got 7-8 people in the box, right? They got, even when they didn't have people in the box, when they were playing the pass, they playing quarters, they're not going to let you throw deep. Right? It's like when it was time for us to pass, we tried to run the ball into a front that we couldn't block. When it's time to run the ball, we tried to pass. You know what I mean? When they was playing deep and playing quarters, not giving up the deep ball, we still trying to throw the damn ball. So I was just like, I was utterly confused that game. It's like that layoff hurt us, right? We resorted back that month we was off, right? We started looking like the Bama in the first couple of weeks. So what do, right? Undefeated. I didn't know what you guys are talking about. Facts, Cynthia Middleton. You already know, sweetie. You know, that's one game that I've watched that game twice, and I'll never watch it again. That Michigan game. No, I can't do it. What are you guys talking about? I need to know. What is the undefeated talking about? What's up, Monica Hill? How you doing? How are you? Hope everything's going good with you. Yeah, Cynthia. Hey, Cynthia, it's crazy, man, because people don't understand that last play was supposed to be Jalen was actually supposed to follow the right guard, Jaden Roberts. Jaden Roberts, if you go back and look at the last play, Jaden Roberts pulled. He pulled play side, right? Pull and pin. And he actually got the block on the defensive end. If you remember when Roydell went in motion, the middle linebacker went with Roydell, which cleared the middle out, which cleared the right side, the little left side out. Jaden Roberts pulled. All Jalen Milroe had to do is get the ball, run right behind Jaden Roberts. It was an easy peasy lemon squeezy touchdown, right? But to his credit, J.C. Latham got blew up and knocked back into the damn play. And if you want the number one reason why the play didn't work, Jalen Milroe got to pick up the ball off the ground in the center, right? Those plays, the quarterback has to be able to look where the block is going, right? That's what they're based off of. Those pull plays like that are strictly based on eyes. He see the pull, he's right behind Jaden Roberts, right? But the man got to look down the ground, catch the ball. Of course, he panicked, like, oh shit, and just ran, tried to get it himself. Didn't work. That snap is what killed that. You want the truth. That low snap is what killed that, right? And that's the whole fact. That's the truth. And the truth is in the details. What are you guys saying? What's up, Nicole? How you doing? Nicole Covington, how you doing? How you feeling? I'm glad you're up in here. For sure. It's good to see you, man. Let me cut this heat down, man. It's cold outside. Let me cut this heat down by my phone. Got me my little forehead sweating. I don't like that. How you guys doing though, man? What you guys talking about in the undefeated? Snap was at Jalen's shoes. Yeah, facts, Cynthia. Facts. If you're gonna run that play at that time, you gotta have a good snap, man. You gotta have a good snap. You cannot hike the ball on the ground, man. Right? You just can't do it. You just can't do it. GT18, what's up, bro? How you feeling? Yeah, Janet. All facts, Janet. You already know, man. You just can't do it, Janet. You already know. Shout out to Janet. That's 100% correct, Janet. I couldn't have said it better. I couldn't have said it better. Andre Baraka says, I was a running back. You are 100% right. Very difficult to get momentum with 5 to 8, 10 carries. Yup. I'm from the days where running back get their facts. Hey, Andre, that was the norm. Yeah, that Derrick Henry-esque volume, that was the norm. That was the norm back then, man. Shout out to James Richards. What's up, James? What's going on? Coach Sean, curious to know if you use Kirby language or DeBoer language. Oh no, I'm a Kirby language guy. You know, to me, the speech don't even hit right unless you can drop a couple of F-bombs. I know that sounds crazy, but it can be done different ways. But you know, if you really want to get their attention, you go off on one of them Kirby Smart tangents. You know, like I say, man, taking nothing away from Kirby. If you guys Google Kirby Smart's speech before they played TCU, man, it's gonna make you want to go suit up. I can't even lie. Man. He told them, "You ain't got to be nervous. I'm gonna do it I'm gonna do it nice and quiet. without the profanities. Kirby told him, "What's wrong with y'all? You ain't got to be nervous. You ain't got to be scared. This blank is easy. This stuff is easy." You know what I mean? He pretty much told him, "You go out there and you kick they rear end, right?" He just pretty much told him, kind of like Nick Saban used to be, right? But listen, the speech can be given 100 different ways as long as the players, receive it. If Coach DeBoer don't use no profanities, that's cool with me, right? As long as the players receive it, man, right? As long as the players receive it, I'm cool with it. But I'm definitely more on that side, James. I'm more on the Kirby side. I'm an old school dude. My old coaches, they get in your face, bro, and they would get your attention. They would get your attention, right? And that's a fact. Ty Alexander said it. Ty said, "Look, let me see what Ty said." Ty said it. Whatever his language is, it got Washington to the natty. So hey, it works. So I ain't got no problem with it. Whatever language he choose to use, I will support. 100% facts. Janet says, "How about the Saban tangent? I'd rather not say Kirby tangent." Yeah, facts, Janet. Facts. It's going to be interesting, guys. And it's coming, man. It's not far away. Spring football is here. When the NFL combine start, it's about to pick back up. Right, Marquita? It's about to pick back up, man. It's coming. You already know Dr. 334 is coming. Travel Premier, what's up, man? I ain't seen you in here, bro. What's cracking? How you doing, man? Good to see you, bro. Home team right there. Good to see you, man. Glad you up in here, bro. Oh yeah. But you already know, man. Everybody got their way of doing it. All facts. I talked to one of my Florida friends today, and he's a big Florida Gator fan. Actually graduated from Florida. And I asked him, I said, "Did Billy Napier piss somebody off?" Everybody loves Ebony. What's up with you? Everybody loves Ebony. How you doing? Glad you up in here. For sure. I asked my partner, I said, "Hey man, did Billy piss somebody off at the college football playoff people, or whoever the hell made the schedule, the SEC people?" Because their schedule is stupid crazy, bro. Stupid crazy. You know what I'm saying? Coach Cynthia Middleton, GTA team, what's up with you? Cynthia says, "Can't wait, Coach Sean. So excited to see the team get started." Yeah, it's here. So Monday, check it out, Cynthia. Monday, hey, that's when it's time to get it cracking. Monday, we're going to have news, right? That's when we starting it. They'll come out. If when you play ball, they'll come out shirts and shimmels the first day or two, just getting in shape, just running around, getting their legs under them, getting their muscles to going. After the shirts and shimmels, they'll go helmets and shoulder pads and just shorts, right? Shimmels, bottom, right? That a couple of days, and they'll just thud each other. Thud meaning they won't hit low. They'll just hit up high, not full speed. And after those practices are done, full gear, baby. Full clack mode. We gonna see who won it, right? Full gear. Oklahoma's, the old school stuff. We getting it clacking. You know what I mean? We call it clacking. So we gonna see. It's here. It's here. I'm ready for it. I can tell you that. I'm definitely ready for it. Nicole Covington. Nicole says, "How do you think Texas will do this upcoming season, since this will be their..." You know what, Nicole? I'll say this about Texas. I think this is what I think is going to happen with Texas. They'll be ready for Georgia because that's a big game. They won't overlook Georgia, obviously, because it's Georgia, right? I think with Texas, the little games that they don't think will get. Remember they went to Arkansas 2 years ago, right? And it was Arkansas. Arkansas wasn't very good, but they went into that hostile crowd. Arkansas crowd was lit that night, right? They was stone cold crazy in Arkansas, and they beat Texas, right? So I think the teams that they might think, "Oh, that's," because I hear their fans, "Oh, that's an easy win, Mississippi State or whatever." All right. Going to Kentucky on a Saturday night live on ESPN, when that crowd is good and juiced up, it's packed, Kentucky hype, that's a game you better be careful. You better be careful going to Missouri, messing around. All right, right? It's those kind of games that make the SEC different, right? We all know Bama, we all know Georgia, we all know LSU, we all know Oklahoma, Texas, right? We know those schools, but it's the Tennessee on a good Saturday night that you better be careful, right? It's the Missouris, on a good Saturday night on the road, right? After you come off a big win, right? It's those kind of games that you better be careful. You better be careful because it's going to Mississippi State on a Saturday night. The team that you should blow out, right? You taking them lightly. You didn't really practice well this week. Your practice wasn't very good. Well, it's their Super Bowl. They got a point to prove, and they playing hard, and you end up losing. That's how it happens. No weeks off. You're right, James. No weeks off. The very week you take off, you're going to be in a fight with South Carolina that you really shouldn't even be in. You're going to be in a fight with teams that you shouldn't have been in a fight with. Because always remember, let me see what Jared said. Because always remember, you will always be somebody else's Super Bowl. You will always be somebody else's Super Bowl. What you say, Jared? I want to announce it. Coach, read out my previous. Let me see where you at, Jared. See if I can remember it so I can catch it. Let me go back a little bit, Jared, for you. See if I can catch your other comment. Let me see. Oh, is this it right here? Listen for. Let me see, Jared. Jared says, listen, fam, what we all in undefeated think might be coming this season is exactly what is coming this season. All facts, Jared. 1,000,000% facts. 1,000,000,000% facts, right? It's coming. It's coming. And you know what I enjoy, Jared? I enjoy that nobody is giving Alabama any credit. Nobody's even talking about it. They think since Saban left, Coach Saban kind of told y'all, the people that's not from Alabama, he told y'all, he said, listen, when I retire, I'm going to leave that program in a very good place, right? Now, people think since Caleb Downs transferred and Isaiah Bonds transferred and the tight end that didn't catch but a few little passes transferred, they think we're going to be so bad. But here's the secret I need to tell you guys. Caleb Downs was an exceptional talent. We all know that, right? If you don't think right now we have other young kids that can play that position just as well, if you don't think Peyton Woodyard can play that position just as well. What's up, Eric D? Man, what's up, bro? How you feeling? Glad to see you up in here, man. Shout out to Eric D, man. If you don't think Peyton Woodyard, that young kid, can come in and ball out of control, Georgia wanted, everybody wanted him, right? If you don't think Xavier Mincy can ball out, if you don't think Xavier Brown can ball out, then you truly hadn't been watching. These kids were just as highly rated. These kids can play. They can straight up play, right? And I'm going to tell you something else. Isaiah Bond taking nothing from that kid. Enter Kobe Prentice. Let Kobe remember Kobe's freshman year when he was number 80 against Kansas State? Kid had some injuries, quadricep, hamstring, Enter Kobe Prentice. Enter Kendrick Law. Enter Jalen Hill. Enter Ryan Williams. Bro, just wait for it. Just wait for it, man. It's okay. It's okay, man. Caden Proctor was a true freshman last year that gave up 20-something sacks, right? We got other kids on this roster that were freshmen last year, they're redshirt freshmen now. You telling me they can't do just as well? You telling me Wilkin Formby, Miles McVay can't do just as well? Olos Aileen can't do just as well? You telling me Elijah Pritchard can't do just as well? Bro, we coming. We coming. These kids are hungry. They've heard all the doubters. Tyler Booker is still here. Jaden Roberts is still here. Go ask all the defensive lines we played against about number 77, the Hulk himself. Go ask about that dude. We just got the best center in college football in Parker Brailsford. This kid was an All-American. He was the best center in college football. He at Bama now, right? Jeremy Bernard is at Bama now, right? You understand what I'm saying? Jalen Milroe is still here. Todd Simpson is still here, right? Deontay Lawson and Jihad Campbell are still here, bro. Two best linebackers in the country. Both of them dudes will be first rounders next year. Mark it down. right? Tim Keenan is still here, bro. Tim Smith is still here. Jaheim Otis is still here. So go ahead and blink. Go ahead and blink, man. The next outside linebacker to be drafted will be Quindarius Robinson. Mark it down. An absolute freight train of a kid, right? Just as fast as any kid that we've drafted. Speed, right? Play with his hair on fire. This is his year, right? Malachi Moore is still here, man. Malachi Moore is still here. So go ahead and blink. It's okay. Let them think what they want to think, guys. Let them think what they want to think. The truth is in the details. So it's okay. Yeah, James. Caleb was a stud from day one. Taking none from that kid, right? Taking none from him. But I can tell you this, James. We have a kid on the roster by the name of Peyton Woodyard. I promise you. You're going to look at this kid. His high school film caught my eye just like Caleb's did, right? When you see this kid, Peyton Woodyard, you're going to see what I'm talking about. We got a corner by the name of Xavier Brown. Played the same scheme in modern day that we play right now, right? Wait till y'all see this kid, man. You don't understand what I'm saying? Wait till you see this kid. This kid may be better than Damani right now. Come from the same high school, California. Bryce Young-esque, modern day, right? We'll see. Damani Jackson is going to have an opportunity to become a first-round corner playing at Bama. You're going to have everything you want. You're going to be on TV every game. You're going to play in big games, practically every game, right? And you're going to have a chance to be the alpha in that cornerback room, right? Because there's a lot of young kids in there. It's your time. It's your time to prove your worth this year. And I think he will. I did a breakdown of Damani. I think Damani's going to have an outstanding year. I think USC used him terribly. Every time I see him, he was bailing. Like, what did they kind of scheme they got this kid playing? So I don't know what the hell USC had him doing. I don't know. The leverage was all crazy. His help was all crazy. Oh, Megan. Shout out to Megan. $10 super chat. Exactly, Coach Sean. Bama is stacked with talent. Next man up. All facts, Megan. All facts. Thank you, Megan, for that $10 super chat. I'm so appreciative of that. The whole staff is. Thank you so very much for that, man. Roll Tide to you and be blessed for that. I agree with you 100%, Megan. This roster, Coach DeBoer said it. He said this is the most talented roster that I've had in all my years of coaching. So just wait for it. Wait for it. I'm telling you, wait for it. Right? This man can coach. You know what I'm saying? I feel you, James. I feel you. He probably just seen a way on the field quicker at Bama. You guys are stacked at safety, right? You guys probably wanted him, but Alabama needed him. You know what I mean? It's very rare that Alabama need people like that. They definitely needed Peyton Wood, whether that's with or without Caleb Downs. They needed him. That's a whole fact. After this year, Malachi be gone. Devontae Smith is probably going to be gone. You know what I mean? Devontae could come back, but I'm expecting that kid to have a huge year. So, you know, all those young kids, Drake Kirkpatrick Jr., Red Morgan, all these kids are the future of Alabama. And that's a hell of a DB crop. Jalen Mbakwe may be the best athlete on the team. I'm telling you, this kid can do anything. So let them think what they want to think, right? Let the media and the masses think whatever they want to think, man. I'm kind of glad they're not giving us no love. I'm kind of glad of it. To be completely honest with you, don't give us no love, man. Eric D said, Coach Sean, Alabama's depth chart was built for this very moment. All facts, Eric. All facts. Coach Saban told the world, man. Cynthia, you already know Cynthia Middleton. Me too. Eric, Coach Saban spoke about this, and I guess everybody think Coach Saban be talking in riddles. Coach Saban said, when I leave, I'm going to lead his roster to where it can pick right back up when he left. I'm not going to drag the program down. He said, I'm going to lead this roster just where you can keep right on chucking. You see he retired, but he made sure he pulled all his strings to make sure he helped Coach Katie keep this 2024 class. And this 2024 class will be the pole vault class that get us over the hump, right? Because Ryan Williams, look at our future, man. Ryan Williams, Jalen Hale. Jalen Hale was a freshman last year, right? And I'm not sure if they redshirted him or they took the red shirt off of him. I don't know if he played more than 4 games. Look at the quarterback room. Look at the receiver room, right? Look at the defensive line room with Edric Hill, Jordan Renard, right? All these kids are young, man, freshmen, right? Coming to their sophomore season. And a lot of them got redshirted. Bro, listen. Let them think what they want to think, right? Let them think what they want to think. Daniel Hill, point guard, is a monster. Facts. This kid is a monster. This kid is 230-something pounds. Running 4.5 40 and is a thumper. We hadn't had a thumper in a long time, right? This kid would lower his shoulder. He's not going to run around you. He's a thumper. You need a thumper, and we got one, man. So let them think what they want to think. College football is about quarterbacks, guys, right? Without a quarterback in college football, you're probably not going to win. Alabama's quarterback room as of today has about 4 kids that could start at other programs right now. If you don't think Ty Simpson can play, then you're truly not watching football. If you don't think Jalen Milroe going to have a better year, then you're truly not watching football. If you don't think Austin Mack is going to be handpicked by their coaching staff to ball out of control, then you're truly not watching football. And if all else fails, if you don't think the other young man who they talking about was killing last year, who looked better last year, I forget, Dylan Lonergan, you truly not watching football. What's up, Coach Smooth? You know,
hydrating.
Yeah, bro. I'm with you right there. I'm with you. I've been on that all day,
man. Yeah. This my third one of these. I've been trying to get it up, man, because I'm gonna jump in there. I'm gonna get back to my workouts next week, starting Sunday. I said I was gonna wait till Monday, but I'm gonna start Sunday morning, get it popped out with like a full body workout, and I'm trying to get back right, man.
I told the chat that college football is about quarterbacks, man. Right? Alabama's quarterback room is just where it need to be. Just where it need to be. Right? We'll be just fine. I told him, look at our future, bro. Jalen Hale, Ryan Williams, Rico Scott. Man, look at the future. Amari Jefferson. Man, listen. Let them think what they want to think, Smooth. Let them say whatever they want to say about Bama. Right?
Sean, this 25 class of specialty guys that's talking about some serious interest. We got some serious flips in the making for this upcoming class.
Yeah.
I mean, you name it, offensive guys. I'm looking at 2 in-state defensive linemen. If we flip those 2 in this 25 class, and then mess around and pick up these linebackers out of this 26 class and these receivers, and it's a few running backs in this 26 class. If we mess around and continue to like offset how we recruit in these different positions, because it seemed like it's just lining up perfect for Bama right now. The scheme has come in that kids are attracted to on both sides of the ball. You got DBs that's looking at Kane Womack and his style of play calling, and they're like, man, I get to play a lot of man. I get to play man lock 60-70% of my snaps out there. Shoot. Coach Saban made me, he made me think like I was in the NFL from my freshman year until I left, but that wasn't good for everybody. Some of these players, you just got to put them on the field and let them be athletes, man. And corners in this defense, they get to do that majority of the time, man. So I can't wait to see what type of prospects that get to see what we put on the field this year schematically. I guarantee that's going to play into a lot of flips. Receivers, DBs, quarterbacks, running backs, edge rushers, especially the edge rushers. You see what type of edge they going out and get all these 6'3", 6'4", 220, 225 guys out of high school. That's majority of your linebackers in 10th, 11th grade nowadays.
You know what I saw? I saw that Coach DeBoer, I read what he had offered between 2025 and 2026. He's a receiver guy. I could tell that. He's offered 32 receivers and said that he would accept as many of them as he possibly could. I think he's sweet on the receivers. Didn't he play receiver or something?
Yeah, he played receiver and was a dog. So he has the eye for receivers, but he also just understands options, man, and depth. Like receivers in today's game don't need 60 reception seasons to be a first round pick, especially if you're on a team where it's 4 of y'all with 40 receptions apiece, right? 40 to 50 receptions with 4 receivers. All of y'all got 6+ touchdowns. All of y'all 800+ yards. Like when you have that type of production, which Coach Jalen DeBoer has been able to scheme up and produce at every stop. You look at Fresno State. I think he had his first season at Fresno State in that short season. He had 2 players with 60+ catches at Fresno State. Yeah. So that just goes to show you how he schemes it up, how he teaches his concepts. It makes it easy for the quarterback to understand. If you're a quarterback in college football and there's a system that you should be able to grasp and find success, if you don't, you can't. You won't. You probably won't. It's this Jalen DeBoer system, his style of play calling. Same with Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin, he disguised Jalen Hurts so good his freshman year. Oh my God. Yeah. Nobody was beating Jalen Hurts up like we beat Milroe up because Hurts was never put in those situations like Milroe was. They cut the field in half for Hurts the first 3 weeks of the season. Literally, half the field reads. 1 and go. If it wasn't there, take off, son.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think it's gonna be just fine, bro. You know, I can't wait to spring to get this football going Monday, to get the kids out there and let them get busy. You know what I'm saying, man? You gotta go by the practice field, see what you can see, man.
Ain't no going by. I'm gonna be there, son. Me and Kyle are going to be there. Ain't no going by. Yeah. I might spend the night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
for
sure.
Like they say in the on social media, I spend the night with NIGHT, spend the night. That's what I might do because I'm excited, bro. I'm excited, bro.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, it's gonna be good, man. I can't wait to see them. I know they're gonna go a couple of days in shimmels and try to, get your legs under them first and all that good stuff. But them pads coming on here with another week or so. You know what I mean? The real pads. I know they'll probably go helmets and shoulder pads only at some point in time and thud each other a little bit, here and there.
The first day is nothing but helmets, and then saying, you go shells, and then shells always get kind of tricky because that's when everybody they got that pent up aggression, and they doing the form stuff and the little drills, man. And the first one, pop, the first pop you hit, crack, the first pad popping you hear, boy, it just does something to the rest of the field, bro. And I'm telling you, it's usually what it usually is. It's usually a running back and a doggone linebacker, a running back and the defensive end, one of those guys, running backs, and then a lot of times where you really see it at is when D-line and O-line are doing their warm-up one-on-ones where they supposed to just be popping and pushing. They do that pop and push, like, man, they get into it, man. I love to see them big jokers go at it, bro. I'm telling you, I can't wait, bro. I can't wait.
Katrina Black, man, what's up with your sister? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Let me tell you this real quick before I get out of here. It brings back memories so bad, man. To me, it brings back fun memories of what's up, Carla Bailey? What's up, Carla? Where you been?
What's up,
Carla?
Megan? What's up, everybody? Garrett,
exactly.
Tim, y'all.
Yeah, man.
Y'all. Much love, everybody. Clint, everybody. Sean, what you doing, man? You might as well hang out, bro. You must gotta go do something.
No, bro. I gotta make that video right quick, man. Check this out real quick though. It bring back memories, Smook, of when we was about to put on pads, everybody talking all week, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And then finally when we go full pads, everybody in the locker room talking, everybody, the offense and defense heating at each other. Man, it'd be amped. It'd be amped up at first. You know what I mean? And after everybody get to clacking, that's when it come down. Some everybody everybody hurting and everybody, you know what I mean? So yeah, man, it's gonna be crazy. It's
always that one or two guys on both sides of the ball that don't ever stop. Like, coach have been to say, okay, that's enough. Let's get into practice. Because, coaches like to see it too. The ones that know what it takes to breed that physical nature, that aggressive nature, they kind of instigate it. They kind of play into it. And it's always your position coaches. It's either a DB coach that's hyping everything up, a wide receiver coach. Because, you know what I'm saying, wide receiver DBs, one-on-ones, even though that's not all about contact, DBs try to get their licks in. You get what I'm saying? And they be doing a little too much after the ball been caught, right? We doing ones. Once to the pass, right? Not through the play. We don't start day one off through the play, right? DB's always trying to go through the play. And usually it's because my wide receivers are doing extra stuff, going up catching wide passes, acting like they snatching it over there. You know what I'm saying? Doing the snatch technique. And they working out, but they doing too much. So I love it, man. I love it, bro. I remember.
I can't wait.
Last story before you go, bro. One of my partners was in here from college the other night, and he was kind of joking about how good I was, right, in college, and he was basically saying because I first day of pads in summer camp, man. I mean fall camp, bro. First day of pads, I was the one out there, and mind you, I was only 6'1". 170, 175 at the most.
How tall are you now, Smook? How tall are you?
I'm 6'3".
Okay, so you got height. Yeah, you got some height.
Yeah. So, because when I got to college, I wasn't done growing. I was 6'1.5", officially, and then I grew like 1.5 inches my freshman year. That first year, I grew 1.5 inches. So, but yeah, man, that first day of practice, it was this dude named Prothor. I can't remember Prothor's first name. But we thought he was related to
Tyrone
Prothor. He's not. Quentin Prothor. That's what his name was.
Yeah.
And me and Quentin Prothor was doing ones, man. And I won my first rep. Came back around. He won the second rep. Came back around third rep. Man, he jammed me so hard. Because I didn't know technique. I'm still a raw receiver. I didn't know much technique. Didn't have enough releases in my arsenal. So he jammed me up real nasty. But the whistle's blowing. And so I let up. You got me. Good job. But he keep going. He got my shoulder pads. He trying to take it. So on the way to the sideline, while he doing all that extra, guess what I do? Scoop him.
Slam him. Yep. I seen it. Yeah, I've seen it already. Yep. I seen it coming. Yep. Hey, I seen that a million times, bro.
When I boomed him, bro, it set the whole practice off. I'm talking about all the freshman wide receivers that came in with me, my roommate Chad, the DBs that came in. I mean, all of us tight, but in practice, it was like war. And that's what I feel like it's going to be like this season, bro. It's going to be so much intensity, bro.
Bro, let me tell you this real quick. Shout out to my boy Marcus Billingsley, played for the Lions for a while. This cat was a linebacker. I come in on a trap, bro, and the lineman whiffed on the block. I ain't going to say what line. No, yes, I am. I ain't. No,
do it. Don't nobody care. That's your boy.
His name Wayne Curtis, Big Wayne, man, from Selma, Alabama. He about 6'4", about 310. He old weak block, man.
Man.
This dude hit the gap, man, and Billingsley, man, look, his helmet hit me under the chin. You know what I'm saying? He got low. I mean, his helmet hit me right there. Wham! Knocked my head back, bro. And I was dizzy. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want him to know it, but when he hit me, he landed on top of me some kind of way. And he was like dogging me. You know how you act like you're running on the ground? His face mask is on my ear, and he in my ear. Yeah. Just dogging me. I said, all right. So I got my wits back about me and a play or two. You know what I mean? And I told, my receivers already knew what it was. You know what I mean? He tried to, it was like we used to call it a student body, back then. Looked sort of like a sweep already. Yeah, man. And I caught him one-on-one, man. His leverage wasn't really good. He kind of was falling when he was trying to make the tackle. My helmet, see, back then you could use your helmet to, ran cleaned over him, bro. I stepped on his face mask, bro. It looked so good on the film. It didn't feel that bad, but on the film, it looked gruesome. It looked gruesome on the field. So them bring back memories, bro. It bring back a lot of memories.
What? Them memories,
you
right
really go hard in this type. And I tell the chat, in these months right here is when you really get down and you out there going, man. Go watch the program.
You find out who's really trying to go get it, man. You find out who's really trying to go get it during the spring. Not so much as fall camp, because that's when you start bringing in scheme. You start building on like game planning, schedule, how you want to run your weekly practices. Hey, coach, I was just about to ask you, Sean, how you got the B2A? You ordered that?
Yeah, Kyle and them, man, they my background. Shout out to Carla Bailey. Carla, thank you for that $10 super chat. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, Carla. Much love to you, and be blessed for that. Kyle and them, man, I had been telling them I need some type of background.
They got the hook up.
Yeah, man, and he because it was just a plain wall.
We all need.
I didn't know what the hell to get, man. He sent me this right here, so it looked pretty decent, man.
I like it. Yeah, you put it on the wall right there, man. See, mine, I use green screen, but it don't help me with my lighting. So right now,
that looks good. That looks super. I've always told you that looks super good, man.
I can't stand this lighting. Like, it looks like I got like some weird stuff going on with my eyes because of the lighting. So If I had it on the wall, I would be able to set my lighting up different. Y'all can see the shadow and stuff. That's off the green screen. Imagine if that was on the wall, it'll look so much better. So I can't wait to get settled in and get set up, because I think I'm gonna have like 4 or 5 different backdrops just on the wall. They got these things now. You just peel back or pull down, let it up, pull the other one down. So I'm trying to get a little mobile setup for us, man, so we can be straight.
Shit, well, go ahead, my brother. Carla, thank you again, man. Thank you guys, Hollywood, the barber, everybody. I appreciate y'all tapping in with me. I'll be here with y'all tomorrow, God willing. Tapped in and support Coach Mook as y'all always do. And I'll be tapped in listening to you, bro. You know, great job, Coach Mook, and great shout out to Ty, shout out to Kyle, to Lady T on the wheels of steel, if you will. It was Mook stupid. Hey, shout out to Jake, man. Miro, wherever you at, bro. Shout out to you, my brother. Shout out to Coach J, man. Love y'all boys to death. Love y'all in the undefeated. I appreciate y'all. Janet, you already know. Roll Tide to you, Coach Mook.
All right, bro. He get me every time, y'all. I be trying, y'all. I was prepping myself and everything. Like, in my mind, I was trying to beat him to it. Like, don't laugh. I was trying to beat him to it, y'all. I just couldn't. I don't know what it is, man. What's wrong with me? Why is that so funny to me, chat? Why is that so funny to me? Hey, appreciate y'all hanging out with your boy. Tonight's nightcap is not a long one, y'all. We got a long weekend to prep for. I got some things that I got to do tonight to prep y'all for if we have a show tomorrow. Got some big things we're trying to do. We might do some softball coverage. We might do college game day coverage for the basketball game. Y'all know college game day is going to be on campus tomorrow. So let's get in this roll call, man, so we could end our Friday on the freaking right notes. So y'all know what to do. Run up the Coach Smook emos. Shout out to Kimberly Harmon in there all day, every day. Turned up already. Y'all know it's a Friday. Kimberly is turned. I might go out and have me a little something myself, just 1 or 2, just to get, just to have me a good time. Not drink, but like some wings, maybe a beer, just go chill, relax, decompress tonight, come back and pass out like I always do. Shout out to Goofball in the chat, Joseph in the chat. What's good, man? Joseph running up the emos like crazy. Megan, what's good, sis? Marquita, my sister, what's good? What's up, John M? How you feeling? Auntie Janet in the chat. Auntie Janet sent some good pictures. We got some pet pics, y'all. We got some pet photos. We're going to jump in those tonight. We're going to jump on those. Undefeated, Auntie Janet in there. Goofball. Everybody, we got the crew. Uncle Jay in here. Everybody, we got the usuals, Tim. Mike G in the chat. Katrina. Buck, what's good, man? Gary, what's good, man? Nah, I ain't some weed. You thought I said some weed from what? Coach Smoot. To recognize your first week in Tea Time. Listen, let me tell you. I don't know if y'all seen on Twitter. Somebody seen me on TV at the women's basketball game. Did somebody see me on TV? You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that $10 super chat, caller. Somebody seen your boy on TV, and I'm becoming good friends with DJ New Era, the guy that does the in-house game music and stuff for the team. Real cool with him. We've been talking for a week or 2 now, trying to network and make some good connections. So anytime we need events or something, sometimes having a relationship is better than business, right? Sometimes having a relationship is better than business. So yeah, man, I'm excited. You said wings, Smook. Oh yeah, I want some wings. You thought I said weed? Nah. I don't need no weed. You know what I'm saying? Not right now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's get into it, y'all. I'm so excited. This week has been good, man. Today when I got off my live earlier, it was kind of like I went to go. Have y'all ever went to Shrimp Basket up here in Tuscaloosa? For the people that's been in Tuscaloosa, have you ever went to Shrimp Basket right here off of McFarland? That place got some good fried shrimp, catfish. What else I had? Some hush puppies. What I had? I got some shrimp left over. I'm looking over there at the plate because it still look good. But I went and got there. But I went and I started kind of riding around the campus, man. That time to clock out from work, riding with my Bama family. Oh, facts. Hey, John, you still at work? Hey, Shrimp Basket does slap. Yes, sir. Goofball, it does. Yes, it is definitely good, y'all. Man, Sean, you already know. You already know. What's up, Eric? What's up, Cuzzo? Hey, for everybody that's coming in, and I gotta say this before I get into my rants, and y'all, you know how we tonight probably gonna be majority chat talk, y'all, because this to me as a chat, right? I think you all get tired of hearing the same narratives every day, right? The same type of, I mean, it's good to touch on things and get perspectives when breaking news comes out. But when we had 2 or 3 days with nothing really to talk about, it's time to engage with the fan base and find out what's on your mind, right? So instead of me forcing a topic, I'd rather see what's on your mind and let that kind of be like a natural conversation we have. So a lot of times when I send in my topics, it's kind of to give y'all an idea of where my mind is. And then a lot of times I think y'all just look at the topics and be like, oh, snap, that's what you're trying to talk about? Let's talk about that. So then I get to kind of flow with y'all. And it's really an interactive show like we want it to be, right? This is a fan-driven show. This is a chat-driven show. So we like to create chat interactions. So my show is more chat interactive throughout Ty and Jake. Theirs is more informative and then interactive, right? Myself and Sean, we very interactive. Coach Jay is more reactive, right? He's going to react to everything. And Kyle just kind of is the master host. So we got a different team. We got a variety of members. You get a touch of the same but different ways of putting it out there. So I like being on this team, y'all. Or I really do. I really like being on this team. I'm excited about being here. And y'all should be too, man. It's something special that we doing here at Bama Football on YouTube. Everybody don't have this type of content, man. And I ain't just saying that because I'm here. I've been rocking with Kyle's content since he branched off on his own, for real. Even when he was with the other channel, I always used to come in for Kyle's segments, you know. So I didn't mind. I don't mind doing the type of work that we do because it's fun. I'm passionate about it, and y'all make it easy. So appreciate y'all for being here. And I'm setting up these 2 graphics here. Let me see if we got the new fan fund graphic up. Hey, Smook, when you coming down to the city, cuzzo? Talking about Montgomery? I was gonna try to come this weekend, but my son's mother, she not doing right. She ain't answering, so I don't feel like getting in trouble again for trying to be a father, right? But I plan to come down that way real soon, man. I'm trying to get settled into my place here. It's looking like it's gonna be Monday morning. I'm gonna be able to move in. Still gonna have to wait for my internet and all that stuff to get set up. So be using some hotspot stuff like that, making sure I get my stuff squared away, man. And y'all keep on donating it. Y'all keep on donating, man. I'm thinking about giving me a part-time gig on campus somewhere just to have something to do. I don't want to sleep a lot. I don't know why. I'm in that mode. I feel like if I sleep, I'm gonna miss something. I'm gonna miss an opportunity, right? And I don't want to miss no opportunity. So I feel like God will guide me enough to keep me from overworking myself. But I don't want to waste time sleeping, y'all. I want to always be in position to have, take advantage of an opportunity. That's just my mind. That's how I am right now. I'm overdrive when it comes to this hustle. And hopefully I could stay like that for 2 to 3 years so I could really solidify myself in this industry, not just for me, but for this channel. I want to do enough work so when we bring other people on full-time staff, that it's like more so of a transition. Like, hey, you come in and now you're in charge of interviews. Now you're in charge of this, and this is how we did it. All right, Coach Smook spoke for this person. He good. He's with Bama Football on YouTube. I want to put that type of work in, y'all, so that we don't have no reason. Nobody questions Bama Football YouTube and the validity of it. I mean, we already vetted, right? Kyle Henderson has done the leg work, the groundwork. He's laid the foundation. Now it's up to us to build on it, follow his guidance, and build on it. I'm excited to be on it. What's up, Vango? What's good, Famo? Got everybody smooth. Do you know if Kyle has considered setting up a Streamlabs account? They don't take a cut for donations. Hey, but they you still gotta stream it to a platform, so YouTube will still get theirs regardless, And if y'all want to donate directly, I'm gonna have to double check, but Kyle does have like a Venmo link that he sets up, and you can always put up, like me. Before I would donate, I'd be like, hey, this is for such and such, this is for such and such, and he does that. So if y'all want to do that, definitely get into those that email nmpreps.@gmail.com or not that one. It's the Bama Football on YouTube @gmail.com. You send an email there and just he's always looking for sponsors, suggestions, anything to help the business grow, he's always looking for it. Let's get paid real quick. Let's talk about our sponsors. Residence Inn in Ocean City, Maryland. Shouts out to them for being our sponsors. Guests can book at residenceinnoc.com. Use the promo code LPR for special Bama football pricing, up to 20% off. And yeah, man, up to 20% off. Then if you want to become a fan funder, you don't scan this QR code. It's not the actual one. Like I said, we got to get the graphics updated. I think they're just tweaking the finalize the next set of graphics we're going to use. But you can click the hyperlink at the top of your comments, right? It's a blue hyperlink, fan funder link. Click that. $2.99 gets you in the door. You can pay for different tiers, get access to more stuff. I think the top tier gets a free shirt now, you know, all those type of things. So yeah, check it out. Special emojis. You get access to all the special emojis in the chat, all the fire stickers that you see in the chat. You'll have access to those as a member. Get access to the exclusive videos. Y'all heard Coach Sean saying he's going to record his cut. I did one earlier today. I've actually done a few of them. They should be posted here soon, right? I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta make this. I gotta keep this connect, right? We got sometimes you gotta handle business while you doing business. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, y'all, check this out, man. We jumping into it. And oh yeah, when you become a fan funder, you fund the team, you support us. This is free to watch, but not free to operate. And we love what we do, and we love being in front of y'all. And we love when you all donate monetarily to what we're doing and supporting what we're doing. I appreciate y'all. I need to meet Snoop Dogg ASAP. You and me both, brother. I can't wait. Alabama 2024 national champions. Will it be? Yeah, it would be 24, right? Yeah, 24. Yeah. Shout out to Auntie Janet with the $50 super chat for some new backgrounds, Coach Smoot. Listen, we working on it. Appreciate the 50 bomb. Auntie Janet be coming through. It's Friday too. I know y'all hype. Y'all will not get me emotional with all the crazy super chats today, like y'all were a couple weeks ago. Yeah, it seemed like every Friday y'all was going crazy. So shout out to Auntie Janet for the first 50 bomb we've had in a few days. You know what I'm saying? First 50 bomb we had in a few days. So appreciate that, Auntie Janet. Much love. Keep doing what you do to support the channel. We appreciate you greatly. Much love, everybody. Yes. Much love. Y'all see, you get that applause when you get up to them big numbers. Shout out to Auntie Janet, y'all. Yeah. $3 a month is a steal. $3 a month is a steal. Facts. For this content, you got other platforms that do all these write-ups every day, and they don't necessarily change the story. It's literally like you playing for the same story every time, every day. Nothing changes. The same stuff you're getting on those, a lot of these message boards and stuff, you're getting in here. So, and I've noticed that now that I'm in further into the industry and working at the level I am, you get the same energy here live, right? It's more fun live too. So let's talk about it. What's the talk around Bama? What's the talk around us? Everybody, we've been talking about the talk at Bama, everything. What's the talk around us? What's majority of the feedback coming back? What up, DJ New Era in the chat? What's good, my boy? Y'all, shouts out to DJ New Era. Y'all heard me just talking about my boy. Hey, if y'all haven't already, go check him out on Instagram. I forget, put your tag in the chat, DJ. Everybody give my boy DJ New Era to follow. Y'all, he's the reason why the games be so hype. I was at the women's game the other night. I think he was laughing at me. He saw me acting up on the sidelines when they let me get on the floor. And it was good. When I first walked up to him to meet him, the first game I went to, I mean, straight up dude, man. A lot of people, they don't realize how famous or how much of a presence they have. DJ New Era is one of those guys. I've been watching him from afar for a while, man. Glad to see him doing things. Appreciate you for stopping through, man. We got some royalty, some Bama royalty in the chat, man. Look, y'all see him laughing at me, man. Yeah, DJ New Era in here. Y'all see it? For all y'all Bama fans that go to the basketball games, y'all know who this is. So, and also, I want to help him push an agenda. I don't think he went public about it, but I talked about this last time after I met him the night I came on. I told y'all he has aspirations of being like the guy that controls all the music in-house at the games, at the home games, right? And if you go to the basketball games and hear the flow he has, the type of hits he has, all the sound effects and everything, I could just, y'all hear this beat? This right here. Y'all know how this gonna get us hyped. You know what I'm saying? That's how DJ New Era have us at the game, man. I'm telling you. I would love to hear his vibe in the stadium. So shout out DJ New Era. I ain't mean to put you on the spot like that, man. But Roll Tide, man, appreciate you for pulling up, supporting the channel. This is what we do, man. This is our channel. This is how we cover football. Not like the rest. We are the best. That's what we do, man. Roll Tide, man. Look, hey, we be turned, bro. So we be turned, bro. Tell him we be turned with a head. I'm just playing. Let's go, though. The talk around Bama about this football program. Man, you can't go to another YouTube podcast. I don't care if it's Miami, Texas, Oklahoma, Clemson, Auburn, LSU, USC, Oregon. I mean, Michigan. All of these podcasts are talking about the University of Alabama's football team. They're talking about this coaching staff. Some are taking the side of, they're done. The dynasty's over. They lost too much talent. Blah, 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 blah. Then the other ones are like, man, Jalen DeBoer is cooking something up over there. You know, I saw on a podcast today, and y'all know I'm very adamant about picking at a certain LSU podcaster, Matt Moscona, right? I'm very adamant about trying to get his attention because he took like the strongest swing at Bama at a time when we was down. He had the nerve to get in his car, right? And he got a nice vehicle at that. I think it was like the 2022 GMC Sierra. And he puts his raggedy Android phone up on his doggone, and this is the iPhone. So he puts his old raggedy Android phone up with that bad quality audio up, and he records a whole 3-minute video clip talking about how Bama is done and he's happy and all of this. And we turn around and we finish the recruiting season. How many the off-season recruiting? We finished how many spots ahead of LSU? How many spots ahead did we finish ahead of LSU when the transfer portal closed for us? And now that it's open, what's our transfer portal grade compared to theirs? Right? And he just keep Bama in his rent free. So I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out what's the problem. I'm trying to help diagnose the issue. I'm trying to find a solution to his lack of better understanding, right? Kind of like I've been trying to help with Coin Guy. Been trying to help my boy out. So the talk around Bama is a lot of mixed vibes. I'm feeling it though. I'm liking it. I like the fact that we have to hunt this year. I like the fact that the people who really know football and see what Jalen DeBoer has done in the past, they know we ain't coming out half-stepping. They know Jalen DeBoer has no intentions of coming out half-stepping. Now, I will say this. We could be excited and predict the future of all this and understand he has a past and all of this, but do not be surprised if he comes out and just kind of like take some different approach, because some people get inside their heads. Some people get inside their heads and go away from what they know, and it doesn't work out well all the time. It takes time to settle. But I don't think this guy's like that. Jalen DeBoer is a wake up, go to sleep, everything he do on a daily. That's why I think Coach Saban took a liking to him too. You know, he resembles some of those same characteristics of Coach Saban. He has a set schedule. He has a certain way he likes to do things. He's never above constructive criticism when it comes to evolving and change. You can tell that because look at how he came into the South and started recruiting, got on the recruiting trail. Look at how he assembled the staff. Look at how many staff members have deep Southeast conference recruiting ties, who have ties as far as playing in the conference, who have ties as far as coaching in the conference, right? Look how many guys have that experience. And then when it came to the play calls, he went out and got head coaches, coordinators. He didn't go get up-and-coming guys, position coaches. He went and got people that's been doing that job for a while on the defensive side. And the offensive side, guys that are familiar with the system that he's going to continue to teach and tutor. So I think we set ourselves. Did I watch Zamir Smith? No, I didn't. I will jump on it tonight, though, if y'all want to. I was trying to save it for Monday. But I will jump on it tonight. I will jump on that Zamir Smith huddle film tonight if y'all want to. Now, I'm not going to lie. Zamir Smith out of Wrigley, Maryland. I watched that whole sophomore season. I'm sorry. I watched that highlights from his sophomore season. I couldn't wait. I watched the whole thing. I didn't watch the junior highlights, though. So if y'all want to watch junior highlights, we could jump on it. Just let me know. I think I have it queued up in the back if y'all want me to. Let me know. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put a poll in the chat. And y'all know we'll curveball this thing, y'all. We'll curveball this thing. I don't mind. I get in trouble. I don't mind getting in trouble for the game. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind getting in trouble for the undefeated. I got it queued up. Let me hey, give me a fire emoji in the chat. Man, Muscle staring me down in that pic. Who? Oh, yeah. I don't know who that is. Do y'all know who that is? Who is that? Who is this young man right here? I don't know who it is. Anybody recognize this player? He looked like he got a mortgage already. That ain't Jaden. That's not Jaden. Jaden don't have a haircut like that. And Jaden's bigger than that. See, the difference between this young man muscles and Jaden's muscles, Jaden doesn't have a neck, chat. I need y'all to realize this. Miss Twanisha Roberts, Jaden's mother, shout out to her. Twanisha Riley, shout out to her. Y'all seen her come through. But the thing is, Jaden has no neck. All of his neck is consumed by his traps and shoulders, and like that's what Jaden walk around like this, right? His shoulders connect to his earlobes. That's how big that man is, bro. That man has no. Is that Q Rob? I would say that's what I thought. He got linebacker Q Rob look. Let me go check. We can pull a graphic. Let me go check. I think we can get it. It might be Q Rob. Whoever gets it right gets a free fan funder. Whoever gets it right. Q Rob. Let's see. Position. Linebacker. Quindarius Robinson. Oh, yeah, that's Q Rob. That's Q Rob. Screenshot alert. Run the emotes up. Screenshot alert. Is that the same young man? Tell me. That's the same young man, right? Just got a little chin here, right? Got a little fulls down there. That's him. That's Q Rob. Definitely Q Rob. So whoever called it, y'all got it. Whoever called it, y'all got it. Yeah, that's Q Rob. I'm rocking with it. Yeah, that dude's big. What was his measurables on the roster? 6'5", 231. He definitely 240, 245. Look at this kid, man. Look at this young man. That dude, that's 6'5". So that means he's taller, right? You look at the girth around his shoulders, right? The neck area, he at least 240, bro. That's not 230. That's 245. That's 245. Yeah, man. You know what? If y'all look at a lot of videos that's been released on our players, a lot of these boys look like dogs, man. I mean, like specimens, dog. And I remember people like I hate when this generation, right? When you get to talking about as a man, when I get to talking about another man, a player's physique and his body makeup, like people get weird on the part. No, as a coach, man, you look at certain things in a player. Like when I'm looking at a running back, first thing I look at for a running back, does he have big thighs? Does he have big calf muscles? You know, if either or, right? Usually a running back with some big calves, very twitchy, very agile, back cut good. Usually a running back with both big thighs, big calf muscles, big hind parts, right? Big onions is what my coach used to say. The big old hind parts. They got strong leverage. They got strong lower bodies. They got a strong base, so it's harder to bring them down, right? Q Rob is one of them guys, man, coming off the edge. He doesn't look like a traditional edge because of his length, right? So he looks a lot slimmer than what he is. But when you look at him, you know, in his workout gear and his, you know, regular everyday clothes, dude is huge. So that just goes to show you like the type of anatomical makeup that this program is starting to like. They're starting to get their advances to a point where they're like molding and creating like football creatures, right? Football creatures just based off their anatomy. So I like what Q Rob doing. Jump to subject number 2, man. We heard enough talk about Bama, right? Talk around Bama. Let's talk about Coach Saban on College Game Day. This is a light night. I told y'all we ain't gonna be all, you know, like schematics, all of that. We done talking about that. Monday we'll get to dive into that without any more speculation, any of that. We get to see a lot. Might have been 230 when he got to Bama. That's what I said. That's what I said. Jared said Marquita definitely said it. Said it first with authority. One previous was with, like me saying possibly. Wait, I don't get it. I'm missing it. Is it getting hot in here, y'all? Big thighs, big hind part. Y'all is a trip, man. See, I'm just saying, man. But nah, man. That's why I think that's why a lot of scouts were big on Kendrick Blackshire. Y'all remember? I remember Kendrick Blackshire, man. They had him going viral on the internet. Auntie Janet be acting up, man. But they had Kendrick Blackshire going crazy because they was talking about him looking like a 32-year-old as a junior in high school. I mean, I think Kendrick Blackshire his junior year was 6'3", 245, but his build, man, he looked like a G.I. Joe figure. Like, you know how they y'all know like the Under Armour mannequins at the stores, how chiseled and chipped they look. Like Kendrick Blackshire is the dude you want to get off the bus first. You get what I'm saying? Bama got a lot of those dudes. We got some smaller dudes in the DB room that's jacked too. Kendrick Law, that dude jacked, man. Kendrick Law jacked. He looked like a running back. What up, Train Wreck? How you feeling? How you feeling? DR334, what's good, man? Auntie Janet always on one. Y'all the trip, man. But yeah, Coach Saban, college game day. It's gonna be cool, man. Just y'all remember how slick Coach Saban has started getting on his interviews like the last 3 or 4 years? He wasn't necessarily like, it was more interviews where Coach Saban was kind of like pun intended type statements and cracking little jokes here and there. You started hearing more about his personal life, things he was doing in his personal life. Like, I can't wait to see this personality translate to the college game day set, man. And it's going to be crazy because, college game day is going to be at Georgia. I mean, in Tuscaloosa, the week we play Georgia. Man, y'all, ooh, I just got excited thinking about that joke, man. Chat, oh my God, listen, I got to turn the music off. And I might have to stand up so y'all can really see what this means, right? And Chad, I need y'all to lock in and pay attention because guess what? This year, the year of 2024, the year of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, right? We're going to have college game day. And Georgia's coming into town, the Tuscaloosa. And Georgia's coming into town to Tuscaloosa, right? The first year post-Saban, the change of guard game, right? This is the game to really set it up to see who's taking over. Who's taking over college football? Which coach is going to assume the next, who's the king of college football as the coaches, right? And you got Kirby Smart and this successful Georgia program who's next in line because Coach Saban is gone. And you got Jalen DeBoer, the next up-and-coming coach. Now he has the keys to the car of his dreams, right? You're bringing him into T-Town. Not only are you bringing them to T-Town, but the hottest pregame, gets you ready for college football show in the world when they have the right cast together. I'm glad they added Pat McAfee to the cast, but now you're adding Coach Saban? Coach Saban? Oh, my God. And it's going to be in T-Town. That set is going to be crazy. Man, we're going to have to start planning in July, August time frame for college game day for week 5. I'm telling y'all, there's no way they don't come. There's no way they don't come down there. There's no way. There's no way. Cinco the God in the chat. What's good, Cinco? Hey, Cinco, never mind, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that, Cinco. Boy, but hey, listen, I'm telling y'all, listen. Y'all, what's crazy is, yeah, that's the thing, DR334. And what do you think? What do you think about what do y'all think about? Because y'all know it always happens, man. You got Kirk Herbstreit. He does game day and he does announcing like game day, game calls, right? What if Coach Saban comes on and calls a game, right? What if he calls a game? I already see he's going to be on, those command room shows where they have all the games showing that, or they show a different view and they show the coaches sitting at the table discussing the games. Like, you already know he's going to be making appearances on those, but I can't wait to see Coach Saban in media, right? When Smoot posts the next graphic, y'all need to like and share. Don't be. Justin Tidwell. Who is Justin Tidwell? Is Justin in here? Hey, I gotta send this to my bro. I gotta send that to the little homie real quick. Hey, Cinco, that's fire. We're gonna post that tomorrow. We ain't posting that tonight. We posting that tomorrow. That got to be like top of the morning type. You know? We posting that tomorrow. We posting that tomorrow. Yeah, if y'all want to see it, y'all gonna have to come and talk to me, and we gonna. Hey, Cinco, that's how we gonna do it. Y'all check my Twitter for some announcements. We gonna, bro. We about to run some stuff up. Bama football on YouTube is about to be popping. Let's go, baby. Hey, so shout out to the 146 in the chat. Appreciate y'all for hanging out. Listen, so Coach Saban College Game Day, I think the energy is going to be live. I can't wait for that Georgia weekend, y'all. I will probably be. I'm going to be pushing for some type of like tailgate coverage role. Like that game, I want to be able to do some real coverage pregame. You know, I don't even want to go in the stadium for that game. I don't want to be in the stadium for that game. I want to be at the tailgate. I want to be on the outskirts watching it, interacting with the fans. I don't want, as much as it would be awesome to be in the stadium, I would rather be out at the tailgate. That's where all the fun is. So, yeah. Bama, Georgia game. Sign me up, man. I'm telling y'all, listen, the Bama, Georgia game, oh, my God. Y'all, I just think about it. Coach Saban having to make his prediction on national television in front of all the Alabama students. What? I'm not saying this is what I believe is going to happen, but what if Alabama is like 2-3 or 2-2 going into that game? Wait, that's the 4th game. So what if Alabama is 1-2 going into that game, right? What if we're 1-2? What if? And Coach Saban has to go in and give a realistic prediction about how we look, right? What if he has to pick against Bama? I know he already said he wouldn't. What if he has to? What if he gets a game later in the season, LSU, Tennessee game, and we might be undefeated? You know, we might be Georgia, right? We might be undefeated going into Tennessee. But what if Tennessee looks like unstoppable? And like on paper, when you turn on the film, they just look like a different team. They look like an oil machine. And Coach Saban has to acknowledge that and say, Alabama will lose. Like, what in the hell? Like, what in the hell? What in the hell? Like, just imagine. Like, that would be crazy. That would be crazy. Jim Park, you said something about this earlier, man. I don't think that's I don't think he'll have a direct effect on that DB room, man. Because Coach Kirby Smart is very much involved in that secondary and how they play. So I don't know. I think if anything, he'll come in and take Coach Kirby Smart to take him up under his wings and kind of coach him up and get him some pointers on how to develop. Coach Smoot gonna be live at the Bama versus Tennessee basketball game tomorrow. You know what, Tony? What's up, man? Appreciate you for tuning in tonight. Listen, with my ticket to the game, I was looking at where my seat is, right? And I'm not up in no nosebleeds, y'all. I'm just not in the middle of the floor. I want to be in the middle. Where my ticket at? Where my ticket at? Oh, well, I got scared. Y'all remember when what that was? What movie that was? Was that Magic Mike? When he thought he lost his man, I thought I lost my ticket. Oh yeah. I can't explain how excited I am for this move in my life. But this Coach Saban College Game Day, I can't wait, y'all. Can't wait. Now, with this new coaching staff, there was a graphic I wanted to pull. Let me see if I can find it on Twitter. That's a graphic I wanted to find. And it was a pretty good graphic. Here it is. And shouts out to On3 and Bama Online for providing this graphic. Shouts out to On3 and Bama Online for providing this graphic. We're just using this for temporary purposes right now, just to kind of get into the talk. All right, so check this out, and I'm gonna zoom in. So I wish I could have it set up a different way. Now, which coach is, right? Which coach is? This is kind of a fun way to kind of like, let's start guessing these coaches' personalities just by their pictures, you know. So if you had to guess who your energy coaches on the sidelines would be, right? We're talking energy coaches. Let me get zoomed in here. The energy coaches. If you had to choose some coaches on this graphic, just in this graphic right now, let's start with the offensive side. Who's going to be our energy coaches on the offensive side? Who's going to be the ones that's getting in the players' faces, getting them hyped? I think right now all of us can say Jamarcus Shepard just by the clips from fourth quarter program, right? Shep, Coach Cap. I think with the O-line, you see some of the clips of him on the sideline at Baylor. Very animated. I think this spring practice, like me and Coach Sean was talking earlier, I think it's going to be an intense spring practice, man. I think spring ball is going to be intense. It's going to be a lot of energy. I could see Brian Ellis being that quirky, different guy, the one that they kind of like, not necessarily a nerdy coach, but the one that they look at and like, if Coach Ellis getting hyped, it's time to get hyped. You know what I'm saying? I can see him being that. Let's go to the defense side. What energy, guys? What y'all saying? Coach Shep? A lot of people gonna say Shep. I know it. Y'all seen him. What they call it? Freddie Softy. 5-star Freddie Softy. 5-star recruit Freddie Softy. And if y'all listen to what he explains, basically is that mentality that you ain't got to work for it. You know, that you think is gonna come. He don't like 5-star Freddie Softy. You know what I'm saying? Like those players that come in with all this talent, 5 stars, and think they all that. Nah, he ain't with all that. He trying to get some players. Shep, Cap, you think Nick Sheridan gonna be that guy? I looked at Nick Sheridan's interview, and he's a coach's son, right? He grew up. His dad is a longtime coach. Bill Sheridan is a longtime coach in the NFL. Coached a lot of teams. Nick Sheridan, to me, after seeing that round the table interview and looking at his demeanor, I think he'll be ready to call players like week 7, week 8, and he's going to start creating some value for himself as a head coaching target here in the near future. I promise you, him and Jamarcus Shepard, they both have qualities. Let's look at the defensive side for the energy, y'all. On the energy side, Kane Womack is going to be as a coordinator. He's going to lead it. His energy, he's intense. Colin Hustler, another crazy guy. Mo Linquist. The whole defensive staff is full of crazy dudes, bro. Crazy dudes. These guys are some alpha males that are intense. They love to coach. They love to get in players' faces. I know personally from Kane Womack, Colin Hitchler, and Freddie Roach, I know for a fact, watching their sideline interactions, I've seen them. I've seen Christian Robinson on the field, right? Seeing how he plays the game. You look at the places he played, where he coached linebackers at. During the time he coached them, they were some of the nastiest groups on the field, especially when he was at Georgia. When he was at Georgia, Ole Miss, those stops, he was coaching some solid linebackers, and that mentality that they had is what we need to return at Alabama. Freddie Roach getting to coach in this scheme, not saying that, you know, he wasn't. I think Freddie Roach has been handcuffed a lot with developing players. And that old scheme, that gap contained scheme, that's something that he had to learn how to teach. It took some years. Early on, he had a lot of studs that they didn't matter what you taught them, they was going to be straight. Now you got guys that you have to develop, and you see that the developmental process started to slow down a little bit the last 3 years. But you look at what he's going to be able to do down in his scheme, how he's going to be able to teach guys and coach them up, tell them what techniques to lean towards and how he wants them to perform, get them to that level. You're going to see his energy return. Freddie Roach used to be the energy guy. You know, you saw some of it with him and Robert Barlow on the sideline last year. And Mo Linquist, I'm telling y'all, this is a coach that I think DBs are going to love. You know that coach prime energy? You know how the OG DBs and the ones that know what they talking about, how they carry themselves, like this is my island. I like that mentality. Colin Hitchler, he's a silent killer, can get you amped up the right way. This defensive staff, I think this is the energy side of the ball. I'm going to put a poll in the chat. I'm gonna put a poll in the chat real quick. Hold on, give me a second. Give me a second. Why it's on that account? Don't know. Give me a second, chat. I'm gonna put a poll in the chat, and I want y'all to answer as soon as I post it. As soon as I post it. Which side offense, defense? All right, y'all put it in the chat. So y'all answer for me real quick. Shout out to Adam East with the $5 super chat. Says, if we blow Georgia out, we instill fear. We instill install fear. Your nightmares have come true, Georgia, and everyone else's too. You know what, Adam? I appreciate that. I appreciate the super chat, $5 super chat. Thank you for supporting the team, man, supporting the channel. We greatly appreciate it. And you know what? I told y'all earlier when we was diving into the schedule, when we looked at the schedule early, I told y'all for some reason, I felt like people are not going to look at the quality of the teams that we played before Georgia, right? I think Western Kentucky is a quality warm-up game. I think Wisconsin is going to be a team that, you know, plays discipline on defense that's going to force our offense to execute at a high level. USF will be a get-back game. They will go for broke trying to beat Alabama. They will not hold anything back, so we will see all of their tricks. Everything that they got in the playbook, they're going to throw it at us. And those 3 games there will help our team grow at a certain pace. But that Georgia game, I don't think Georgia will have. Let me double check that. I don't think Georgia's going to have anybody that's going to push them to set them up to prep for us, right? That's my own thing with Georgia's schedule. Let me pull it up. 24. So they got Clemson, Tennessee Tech, Kentucky, a bye, and then they see us. I think our schedule is the same too. I think we got a bye before we see Georgia. Yeah, we got a bye before we see Georgia. So let's be realistic. You got Clemson and Atlanta. That first game, that's going to be a good one for them. We got Western Kentucky. They get the edge on that one. Tennessee Tech, that's a major drop-off. South Florida, you know, that's more formidable competition. Kentucky, Wisconsin, that's about the same. So we're going to have probably the same similar road. But I don't think Georgia will have, looking at Clemson's offense, looking at Tennessee Tech, looking at Kentucky, those are things that they're used to playing against. That's what they're used to seeing playing against Kirby, you know, coaching under Kirby, right? He's seen a lot of this. But one thing that we can say that when we look at the film, South Florida runs a lot of SEC schematics on the defensive side, right? And they're going to run a lot of your spread sets that we're going to see from Georgia. Western Kentucky, they're going to do the same. I think Western Kentucky is going to air the ball out more than expected, right? That's going to be good for us. So when it comes to Carson Beck trying to figure out his passing with that team, I think it just sets up for us to have the advantage, and we're at home. So when we beat Georgia, it's going to be epic. I'm telling you. Dude, when that ref blew an obvious call last year that cost South at TD, they overturned it. But no, after he threw the flag on Womack for being dead in his face and telling him to get facts, train wreck, South Alabama, I loved it, man. I loved it. I know what you're talking about. And what's crazy is I follow South Alabama. I was trying to go there when they started their program, you know, before it became D1. I was trying to go there for a while. So I've been following it. Mobile, that's a nice campus. They building up their campus down there. I like what South Alabama is doing. What's up, babe? My wife in the chat, y'all. My shawty in the chat. My shawty is in the chat. Gotta hurry up and get off here so I can call her. And when she pop in, that means I'm supposed to be getting ready to get off because we're supposed to have our time. So, yeah, West Kentucky is always pass happy. That's just their nature. You out, Goof? Yeah, we almost out of here too. Y'all been doing undefeated chat talk all night. Listen, I'm gonna do this last thing before I get up out of here because I promised y'all. And we talked about this earlier. We was talking about pets. You know, I want to definitely acknowledge some of our undefeated family and their pets, right? So we got a few. We got Dwight. He sent us a graphic of his baby. Let me see. Oh yeah, she pretty too. Is that a boy or girl, Dwight? I don't know if Dwight in here. That's a beautiful dog. This is like a standard pit. This kind of looked like my baby, except mine was opposite. She was red where he's white at, and there you go. Oh, look at the baby. Look, y'all. Look at that joker right there. That's like the perfect size pit. That's your family pit. Shout out to White Pete. That's a girl. Yeah, she pretty, man. She pretty. She got girl features, you know, female features. Like a lot of people can't look at dogs, like their makeup and tell if they male or female. I'm a dog person, so I knew it was a girl off rip. I just didn't want to automatically assume it. Definitely like to reassure. But I'm a pit person. My wifey, baby, you like this dog? My wife love pups, man. See, my wife is the type, y'all know how small my wife is, right? She the type that'll see the big double XL. She be like, oh, look at the baby. Like that baby big as you. That baby big as you, right? That baby big as you. You talking about look at the baby. Don't let that baby bite you. Yes. But yeah, man. Beautiful dog. Beautiful dog. And we also had I think Auntie Janet was in here too. Yep, she got one. Look, her dog, Sassy. This is Sassy, y'all. Let me open this. Screenshot alert. And you know, Sassy is a character. I'm gonna tell y'all, I know Sassy is a spoiled puppy. Dogs that look at the camera and feel like they can smile, right? Right? Feel like that they have any dog that has the sense to smile in cameras, they're spoiled. And I know Auntie Janet is spoiling this baby. So this is you said this is a Rottweiler mix. I could see the Rottweiler. You can definitely see the child with the fluffy fur, right? Childs get huge too. She's a nice size pup though. Sassy. Look at Sassy. Pretty Sassy, y'all. This Auntie Janet baby. Look at Sassy. Look, y'all see, look, we just becoming a family. Batista Bubba. Oh, listen. Your dog lived for 16 years, bro. You had a pit live for 16 years. That's solid, bro. That is solid. Man, I know that hurt. Bishop was only lived to be 2, man, before he ate that bird and caught parvo and passed away. That hurt me. Yeah, she is. You could tell them sweet dogs, man. Sassy looked like she eat table food because she's spoiled. Look like she always sit by the table. She don't even beg no more. She just sit around and look at people. She know it's coming. She just look. That's what Sassy looked like. Dang, man. Sorry to hear that, Jared. Sorry to hear that, man. Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace to Bubba. Dang, that is today. I ain't even look at the date. Dang, Jared. Look, I'm horrible for having pups on the screen, huh? Dang, bro. Hey, what's good? Bama-nomics. What Steven was saying? What Steven was saying? My fault, Steven. What he was saying, Steven? Womack has already stated that he'll be on the sideline. Yeah, he did. He made that known. He's a sideline coach, though. But my thing is, I think it works out good that way. You got a lot of and shouts out to all the undefeated pets, all the family members, all of our dog family in the undefeated, man. Shouts out to y'all. Appreciate y'all for showing love to the team. I done showed y'all my whole email. Yeah, Jared, for real. I'm a dog person, so sorry for your loss, man. I hate that. I remember when Bishop passed away, man. Boy, I remember when my ex-wife, God bless her heart, you know, I pray that one day I'm able to forgive her, but we moved to another apartment and they was trying to say we had to pay a certain amount, you know, for a pet fee, but it was owned by the same people. They should have just carried it over to the smaller place, but they said we had to pay another fee. And at the time, you know, my wife wasn't trying to pay it. My ex-wife, she wasn't trying to pay it. And one day I was at work and we were going through a tough time. And she knew the only way she could get at me was through my dogs and my kids. This woman took my dogs to the Humane Society while I was at work on 24-hour duty and texted me after she did it and said I had to drop the dogs off so we could be able to move into our new place. I hope you understand. Yeah, I didn't freeze, y'all. That was just me. Like, I couldn't believe she said that. Yes, the Humane Society. I wanted to, man, y'all. You want to make me mad? Mess with my kids, mess with my wife, mess with my pups, mess with my family. You want to get me on a different level? You want to get me out of character? Do something that I feel like is dirty towards them, right? It's over with. And so when she did that, that was kind of like the last straw. I was trying to get divorced from that day on. It took me 2 years from that point to get divorced from her. But when she gave up my dogs, one day I'm gonna put it out there. Maybe somebody in Montgomery could help me find my ex. But no, I appreciate y'all, man. That is selfish. What's up, Demetrius in the chat? My big brother, where you been at? Y'all be working so hard, Demetrius. Yeah, she filed, bro. She filed. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm sorry. I done made y'all enemies to my ex-wife. Y'all don't even like it no more. Do it. Hey, Bamanomics, appreciate you, fam, for pulling up and being a member for real. I don't get to see your comments a lot, but I'm glad you're in here. Appreciate everybody that's pulling up. Katrina, everybody, man. Yeah, man. Listen. Train wreck in the state of Texas. I could not. They will not let you come back and get the dogs. They will not let you. Yeah, I had to. My wife now, y'all see my wife, Abigail. We love our pups, man. We love when we have dogs. We love them. We had a pit, a brindle that we were babysitting for somebody, and they ended up leaving them with us, and we weren't ready to take on another dog. And we kept them for like, babe, how long did we keep Sabin? Because they named them Sabin and everything. Well, we named them for them, and we kept Sabin for about 4 months. And they came when the day they came to get them. They went to, walk with them and stuff, and they didn't come back that same night. So we're like, everything good. And woke up the next morning. They said, hey, we had to drop Sabin off. We put him in his cage. We tied him up out back on his tie out chain. Just wanted to let you know. Mind you, they text this to us. We tied him up outside. Man, ain't no dog outside. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. Ain't no dog outside. I go out and look. We never saw the dog again. And I hope they didn't do nothing crazy. But yeah. What up, Fred? Fred Harris in the chat. What's good, famo? What's good, family? How you feeling? Just give me the name and I got you, cousin. Hey, Sean, hit me up. Yeah, man. Hey, appreciate y'all. Hey, Jared, have a good night rest, man. Have a good night rest. Hey, but check this out, chat. It's been fun talking with y'all. We've definitely spent our time here having fun as always. The numbers have been great. Appreciate y'all for hanging out with your boy. As always, man, don't forget, continue to show your support by becoming a fan funder. If you want to become a fan funder, hit the link at the top of your comment box. It's a hyperlink there. Or you go to the main page on YouTube, click out the hyperlink, become a member for as low as $2.99 a month, right? Gives you those badges, gives you that sticker, give you the opportunity to use the special emotes, right? You get access to all the exclusive videos that we will be putting in the fan funders link, right? And then you also supply, you fund the channel, you fund the team. Kyle likes to say his little saying, it's free to watch, not free to operate, right? So we appreciate y'all. Anytime y'all donate and y'all give your funds and y'all donate monetarily, we're greatly appreciated. And if you're ever in the city or in the area of Ocean City, Maryland, go check out our sponsors, Residence Inn in Ocean City, Maryland. Your guests can book at residenceinnoc.com. Use the promo code LPR for special Bama football pricing and up to 20% off. 20% off on your stay. Look at that view. Me and my wife still trying to, go ahead and book us something up there so we can enjoy a weekend in Virginia when I go up there and get my family after the summer and when it's time to kick the season off. So, with that being said, undefeated. Y'all have been great tonight. We haven't had no signs of any trolls, right? I see they getting scared. They hating to come around here now. Hey, we've been putting too much up. Hey, y'all keep doing what y'all doing. And y'all know how I like to read out, man. With a big old roll time. Y'all have a good night.